Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to another edition of Tradeify TV. It is Tuesday, June 24th, 2025. It is 60 minutes before the New York opening bell, which means it's time for us to help you get ready for your trading day. So to start off today's show, before we kick it around the horn to make an introduction to my fellow hosts, I do want to echo an announcement that was made yesterday at the end of that show. And so, guys, I do have to say today is, in fact, our last show. That's only 3 hours. We go to 4 hours tomorrow. Yeah, I did that for those that weren't around at the end. I felt the heart stopping, and that's okay. We're not going anywhere. In fact, we are doing this because you guys have been so responsive to this show. You're coming in here every day. We've got our regulars. Our viewership numbers are going up and staying steady, and everything is really, really good, guys. This has gone, I think, better than a lot of us could have even imagined, even though we were very confident of how it was going to go. So, Nick, man, we get to start spending 4 hours with our friends here on the stream starting tomorrow. I'm pretty excited for it. How about you?
Let's go. I'm all for it, man. It's gonna be fun. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Mariam. I'm excited for another day with the announcements. I mean, not the Tradeify announcements, but the actual Trump announcements that we're surely going to cover later on. I don't know if we're gonna pump or dump or do nothing today. Anything could happen. Anything will happen. So I'm pretty excited on what's gonna, how price is gonna play out today. So, as usual, we're going to give the final words of this intro to our one and only curly trader, Mochamami. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, everyone who is watching today. Good evening also to those of you who are tuning in from all parts of the world, all parts of the nation. Thank you guys for rocking with us. I know I got kind of scared too. I'm like, is this our last stream? But Matt always has to, rub a little.
Just make it easy on you. I gotta get people's. I gotta get the mental gymnastics going first thing in the morning.
Yeah, it's a little early here for that, but West Coast time, we're at 5:30 in the morning over here. So shout out to you guys who are rocking with us this early as well. Very interesting price action that we're getting right now. I was actually in a long, unfortunately got stopped out to the tick on that play. So we'll get into that in a little bit here, but we just had news that came out. Why don't we go over the numbers for that?
I'm sorry. I'm looking at it on my news feed right now. Chairman Powell is, I believe, beginning his testimony right now because there's a lot of quotes popping up. I don't know that there's going to be a ton of news coming out of that specifically, but it is something to kind of keep an eye on. As far as the news numbers that just came out, we had some inflation rates from Canada. Core inflation and inflation rates. We've got let's see, what do we have? Current accounts here in the US. And in a few minutes, we have the Red Book coming out, house pricing index coming out. A lot of sort of medium, I would say medium importance news events today. There's a couple of Fed speakers. Chairman Powell's testifying. Is anything going to rock the markets? I'm not sure. Again, just to kind of go over what's happened in the last 24 hours, because I know a lot of people, maybe they get off from work, they don't check the news. People are busy. They don't always have time to spend hours watching wherever you get your news, right? And so basically, the President Trump said that there was a ceasefire yesterday. I guess Iran and Israel didn't get the memo because they've continued to apparently bomb each other. So I don't know, guys. It's going to be one of those days. Yesterday was kind of a chaotic day with a lot of stuff coming in and statements being made. I expect today will be similar. It was a couple of hours into our show yesterday that there was, again, some more attacking of Iran and Israel. If that continues today, it can clearly be written off as that there is no ceasefire, right? I mean, I guess you could say if the ceasefire was declared, and I don't know, there was mixed messaging as far as when it started, and I think both sides tried to get in their last licks before the ceasefire went into effect. So if that's it, then that's great. We can get back to focusing on the economic matters and earnings as we roll around to July. If this continues, though, it's definitely going to begin to weigh on the markets, because if whatever this ceasefire was or wasn't, or et cetera, if it's just much ado about nothing, And now, again, Russia got involved yesterday with some public statements. If this becomes kind of a bigger deal than Ukraine, it's obviously going to be weighing on the market. So honestly, guys, I'm taking a very much wait and see approach as far as how things go today. But that being said, I think we had a very tradable day yesterday. I think we're going to have another very tradable day today. But I do think it's going to be very careful. Guys, these are the days that are going to punish sloppy entries, right? If you are taking liberties, especially 8 to 10 to 12 handles in the NQ with your liberties, taking liberties with that, it flips around on you and boom. You're starting the day down $1,000 in an eval, in a funded account, personal account, whatever. So guys, just be really, really careful. There was some, and we saw Miriam do this on stream yesterday, there was some fantastic trading once we got through about the first 30 to 60 minutes in the market. And I know there's so much excitement in those opening 30s and it goes back and forth. But honestly, guys, I think this is the type of environment we just kind of sit out and wait for some opportunities. We just sort of, take sort of the lioness approach. We're sitting in the tall grass. We're biding our time as the herd comes by. And eventually there'll be a weak one in the back that we can jump out and pick off and have a really, really nice meal. So maybe a little bit of a graphic description there, but we'll go forward from there. But yeah, guys, I'm cautiously optimistic, and me, Mr. Permable, that we're going to head towards highs, make another run at 22,300. If we can pull up my 4-hour chart very, very quickly here, we outlined some of these areas yesterday, especially this 22,200, which had been some long-term resistance. We are now above that, so there's a couple of different things that can happen here, guys. We can have a break, retest, and go pattern, which is where we've broken out above the price action. We retest 2,200. The buyers affirm their commitment to keeping the markets up at that point. They take over and push us back to new short-term 30, 60, 90-day highs, or we get back below there in this session. The good news is we're close enough to the 22,200 level. I think we're either going to see a test of it today, or we're going to break out above 22,380 here, sort of this high of the pre-market session. Let's say it's 22,384. So for me, 22,400, we have broken out of this zone, and barring any other macro news, we are ready to make another run at new all-time highs this summer. If we retest 22.2, now we're going to be in decision-making mode. The buyers are going to have to come back in and take control there. So I think I'm going to say this, and again, as I always put the disclaimer in, the markets can play the game of make Matt look stupid, but I don't think we're staying at the 22,300 level. I think we're going to make a run either at 400 or back to 200 within probably the opening 60 to 90 in the market. But let's see. It's been the open, guys, has been insane these last couple of weeks. We've just gotten these runs up, runs down with little to no warning and little to no warning of when they're going to reverse and turn around. So let's see what happens today, guys. Yesterday was a lot of fun. I expect today to be a lot of fun as well. Just keep one eye on your charts and one eye on your newsfeed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And it's interesting too. I mean, we had this move in the I guess it would be like the afternoon before the Asia session had opened. And actually, I did take a trade yesterday. Nasdaq made a really nice pop. One of the levels that we had talked about yesterday was this 22,130 area. This is a level that we've been talking about for a while now. Not only was it Friday's high, but as you can, you go back to the prior week, it was Tuesday's high as well. And there was actually a level here that I had drawn, and it was a supply zone that was sitting here. And so I had mentioned to you guys, there's a couple key areas we got to look at this week, and it's essentially this 22,130 level. And so, when we opened yesterday, we got this nice move to the upside, obviously on this candle. This is the 1-hour chart. So I actually waited for a move above this 130 area. And once we got it, and once we held, once we started making this push up, I actually took a long at this, let's see if I can actually find it. I actually took a long at this 135. Where is it? There we go. Waited for this to close, and then I took a long at 146. So I went long at 146. There were some sellers sitting on book maps at 150 or 250, and so I took my take profit at 148. But this was a really nice 100-point move that I caught in the overnight Asia session, essentially. But we can see here we created a really nice demand zone on the 1 hour if I go back to the 1 hour here, we now have this nice demand zone that's sitting between this 22,217 area and all the way to 22,250. So this is going to be a key support level that I would anticipate bulls to hold today. If we start dropping down below this 215, 216 zone, I'm going to start to get a little cautious because we do have this nice candle here that we could try to fill. Next demand zone isn't until, you know, we got a level at this 22,100, but really the demand zone starts at this 22,080 level. So that's kind of what I'm looking for the bull side. I want to say I am bullish on today. Again, I've been saying this over the past several streams, but you know, we have some room here if we can break this supply zone sitting at 390. I think we have room to, you know, at least, I mean, really all-time highs at that point, right? We're pretty much sitting at them. So if we can make new all-time highs from here, obviously, you know, we have a lot of room to the upside. ES has tested the supply zone in the pre-market here. So if we can break above this this high right here that we made in the pre-market, we have all-time highs sitting at this 166 area. So we have room to the upside as well. However, you guys know I always look at my bear moves here. So we have a nice little trend line actually forming here on the 1 hour as well. And this would actually be in line with that demand zone. So if we can, I would expect an actual bounce of this trend line, not a complete break. We might dip below it and dip into this demand zone and then try to make the move back up. That's what I would be looking for today. So again, I am biased on the longs. However, we do have some, you know, we have a few things going on today. Obviously, we had the data release that just came out at, you know, about 15 minutes ago. And then, you know, we have Chairman Powell speaking, and then as well as other FOMC members throughout the day. So we have a few things kind of just in the hopper. Always keep your head on a swivel on days like this, but this is kind of what I'd be looking for. So hopefully we get a nice trade today. Nick, what do you see?
Yeah, absolutely. To the downside, I mean, you explained it pretty well, and we do trade similarly, Miriam. So I do have similar levels here. Obviously, as usual, I'm looking at the previous week high, which is right at that zone that you mentioned, 215, right, to 225. So same zone as you that I'm looking at. And then obviously we do have the Monday candle, the 6 p.m. candle, that would be a nice fill. If we go to the downside, I would expect the bulls to definitely defend that area, especially because we also have previous day high sitting here and previous month high. So definitely a strong area if it comes down to that. However, to the upside, I do have this trend line marked here from the Asia session and London session. And if we break this to the upside, it's going to be pretty similar to what we experienced yesterday. So I do expect once we break that we are going to go higher. However, to the upside, I have two significant levels. I have the 22,380, which obviously is also today's high so far. But also, if we go to the 4 hour here, it was a pretty significant level on the 20th of February. So that's why it aligns pretty well with that, with today's high. So that is certainly an area I'm looking out for. And then another one is 22,500 if we go up that far. Because that has been a pretty significant level on the 26th of December last year, and then again on the 22nd of January and on the 24th of January. So these two levels are my upside targets, if you will. As for the London session so far, what I traded, I took one trade today, 1L. Would have loved to show you a win today, but it was an L, unfortunately. Now we made a low here. We pretty much rejected VWAP, not to the tick, but pretty much held up VWAP, pumped up, and then finally formed a bull flag here at 422 EST. As usual, my setup, you know it by now, hopefully. We had a 1 minute candle close outside of that bull flag. During the London session, I wait for the candle close, right? So I entered immediately, and top tick Nick was back in the game. Pretty much immediately got stopped out after 2 minutes for a loss of 14.5 points. So nothing significant, all good. And I'm excited for the US session.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So yeah. So again, just to reiterate the news that for those of you that were not here at the very beginning, starting tomorrow, we moved to a 4-hour format, and we're still finalizing a lot of little details here or there. But we're going to be having more guests and more trading, more everything that you guys have come to enjoy here at Tradeify TV. And we want to thank you guys for making this possible, because it was always, I will just let you in a little secret, it's always the intention that we were going to expand a little bit here or there. However, Brett made the decision to go very quickly on this, simply because of the reaction that we're getting from you guys, and the fact that we're, our numbers are very, very steady day over day, and you guys are here every single day asking great questions, having some fun and some snarky comments. And as the resident snark master, I certainly appreciate that. But guys, it's because of you that we're doing this, and we're doing this quickly. So thank you very much for being here on a day-to-day basis. We see every day we see a lot of the same names, and we always see some new ones. If you're watching Tradeify TV for the first time, if you could give us a wave or say hello in the chat, or just say first time, so we can acknowledge you, because we always appreciate seeing new people who have found our stream. We're trying to grow this very organically, and it's one of the reasons our numbers are holding up day over day and growing slowly but surely. And I think we're about to take off very, very quickly. So as we found our bearings, as we kind of started at a weird time with all the holidays and the days off and organizing our schedules, and now we are locked in. We are ready to go, and I could not be more excited to be with these two fellow hosts and all of our future guests coming by.
Yeah.
So, okay, Emmanuel, first time. I see some first timers. Second time, hey, second time. That's great as well. So, yeah, guys, it's going great. It's really excited for it. So, Miriam, I'm sure you're just as excited as we are, because you get an extra hour of just slapping the NQ silly every day.
Yeah, and NQ is gonna have a lot of fun with us being on for another hour. I hope so, at least, because that's kind of been the theme. We've been seeing a lot of these moves happening, unfortunately, after we get off. So hopefully we can catch a few more of these. But I'm excited. I'm excited to do this. We also have a special guest tomorrow coming on as well. So you might have seen him in the chat pop in, but we have J-Dun coming on tomorrow. So if you guys don't know, now you know. So make sure that you are on and ready for J-Dun, because he is, honestly, I actually, we haven't met yet, but from what I know from J-Dun, he is one of the most disciplined traders out there. So it'll be very fun to talk to him about his trading journey. Not only that, but actually, speak to him and make sure that, we're understanding what his strategy is, and see what he goes through mentally when he goes into a trade. So hopefully we can catch a good trade tomorrow.
I love this comment from Jan in the chat. 4 hours of barcode price action tomorrow.
Hopefully not.
Yes. Sorry, guys. The moves are just going to expand to 12:39 instead of 11:30. That's how it's
be. This obviously didn't factor into the decision to go longer. We're going longer because you guys are basically asking for more content. But we were talking the other day about how it seems to be a theme on this show that as soon as we get off, there's some big move, right? I think it's happened at least twice a week since we started. So we will be with you into the lunchtime, the New York session. So we'll be able to cover that entire session. So there will be more guests, more trades, more action, more weird voices from me. I can't wait from it. Can't wait.
We barely scratched the surface with the impressions that Matt can make. So
yeah, and from now on, every day at 11:30, Matt will do Dr. Phil for an hour. So
please.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
Please no.
No. I'm scared Miriam will quit if she gets an hour of Dr. Phil per day. So, and then it's just you and me, Nick, and that's a lot for 4 hours. So we need her around.
Well, yeah,
that's a lot of white tea.
Yeah. Also, guys, as you know, we always bring the juicy giveaways, and today we're gonna switch things up a bit. We're actually gonna have you know what? I'm not gonna say it yet, but it's gonna be exciting. So, in order to get there, though, in order to do the giveaways, as usual, smash that like button. Let's get this stream to 250 likes, and then we have some further announcements on that. But it's gonna be an exciting day, exciting stream. And can't wait for more marble races. You know that.
Nick is so excited for these marble races. I think he wakes up and be like, "Oh man, I got a few hours till we get to do these marble races."
He
Can you read my mind?
Yeah, I can.
I love it.
I can absolutely read your mind, and just let me tell you, a quick pill will clear that up. It's not what you think it is.
Oh man. Well, as we're kind of talking here, we are creating this nice little squeeze on futures here on the 15
We
minute.
are.
I know, Nick, you have this a similar trend line, I believe. Yeah, yeah, I see the trend line. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's very much, respecting this trend line to the upside. This 300 level is going to be a, not just a psychological level, but a key area of interest here. So let's see if we can get a nice move here, either a breakout of either direction. Of course, you guys know I always love the downside move, even though I am, so far I am, my sentiment is bullish, but I would love if we can get blessed with a downside move, because this is gonna be juicy. If we can get this break of 218, whoa, I will be all over that. So
Do you think we're gonna get a downside move here, or are we just gonna
listen,
lie?
everything that I've seen in the market lately tells me never to say never, right? We never know what's going to happen in the market. And us as traders, we're not here to predict, guys. We're not here to try to tell you like this is exact. There's no absolutes in trading, right? And so you got to look at it from the perspective of if then what, right? And if we get some sort of move, we get some sort of catalyst of, Trump decides to go on a fun little tweet spree, then we can get a nice move. And of course, anything's possible, right? We can completely take out this overnight session. I mean, I've seen it. We've all seen it, right? So, if we get this nice move, I really like this play. If we can get a break, we at least have some room down to 22,180, and then it's all down from here. We got at least an 80-point move from there. So we'll see what we get today. I mean, we've said it on the stream before. I think I even said yesterday or even the day before that, I was like, yeah, I'm bullish, and then just get a massive move to the downside.
Well, that's how it is as a trader. You can't predict it. You can just react to it.
Exactly.
It's very true.
Exactly.
We have some of our regulars in the chat again. Leah said she literally woke up today thinking Tradeify TV today. Yay. we have Paraloco in the chat. We have who else do we have? Jesse Roner in the chat. I see so many regulars. Cheetah in the chat. Six in the chat. Yeah. Good morning, guys. Also, Miriam. VJR is asking for a shout out from you. You can give that guy
VJR. Well, shout out to you, VJR. I'm glad that you're on the stream. Welcome.
Yeah, and guys, for those of you that are newer to the stream, we encourage comments and questions from all. So, just because it's our regulars that normally fill up the chat, absolutely does not mean we're discouraging anyone else from participating. In fact, we're encouraging it. So if you have any questions, again, guys, especially when the chat really gets moving, if we miss something, because, we have a lot of things on our screen. We have our behind the scenes chat. We have our YouTube chat. We have our monitors. We have our charts. Like I have 3 screens up here. I just added a third yesterday, and it's still not enough. So if we miss a question, please just repeat it. Give it 5 minutes, repeat it, and we'll try to get to it. So today you guys are with us for the day. So we are going to be taking a lot of questions from you in the chat. And guys, I really want to encourage those that are out there. There was a couple people right as we were ending the stream yesterday, guys, that were a little discouraged, right, with their trading. And you know what? Welcome to trading. That just is the nature of trading. If you're in your first 6 months, I've said many times in the show, I'm going to continue to say, one of the great challenges of trading is that your first probably 6 months, definitely your first 3 months, probably your first 6 to 8 months as well, you're going to be facing almost constant negative feedback in the form of losing trades, in the form of frustration, in the form of, am I going to buy another account, or am I going to, do I got to wait for my next paycheck, or your spouse or friends or whatever that are not supporting you or roasting you for losing money, or whatever the case may be, right? It's almost constant negative feedback in those first few months, and you have to be able to overcome that. So closed mouths don't get fed, unasked questions don't get answered, guys. So if there's a question on the tip of your tongue or fingertips since you're typing, make sure to put it out there. And again, if we miss it, make sure to put it back there. Sometimes we wait for 3 or 4 similar questions to get asked, and then we'll answer them all at once. But like I said, this stream is growing on a nearly daily basis. Within the next few weeks, we're going to be constantly busy and constantly fighting to catch up with the chat. So now you have a chance to ask questions that we're going to be able to sit here and answer. So please take advantage of that. Now, as far as any questions on Tradeify's accounts or rules or anything like that, we highly encourage you to check out the FAQ on Tradeify.co. If you have a support question, please reach out to the support chat on the website, or make sure you are part of our Discord. Even if you're not, somebody who looks at Discord a lot throughout the day, it's a great way to stay up if there's any, like when we had that big Tradeivate outage a couple weeks ago that was affecting Tradeivate, no matter what firm you were a part of. That's where you can see, okay, is it just me? Is it et cetera, et cetera. So please make sure you join the Tradeify Discord, especially if you are a Tradeify customer. If you're not a Tradeify customer, become a Tradeify customer today. I think, what are we still running? A 30% off sale throughout the rest of June. But check the website for more information on that. Okay. All right. That was a lot, guys. So I'll
golf.
Yeah, also regarding discount codes, you will always see the current discount code in the bottom right of Tradeify TV, where it currently says rate us on Trustpilot. This rotates and you will see the discount code every now and then. So look out for that if you want to buy some more accounts with the best discount available.
And I see Trader Nest in there. Trader, I'm not going to roast you for losing accounts. That's if you give up, I'm going to roast you. If you just say I'm done, F this, all that, then I'm going to roast you. But no, it's like I said, this is everybody's on a different timetable, guys. You guys, we don't really go into our three individual like trader origin stories much on this show. We talked about it a lot in the first couple of shows, and we've done little vignettes that talk about that. But we all had different paths to trading, through trading, and to be successful. And everybody has their own path as well. So don't get frustrated. Stick with it. And no, I'm not Traders Nest. I see you in here every day. I may good naturedly roast some of the people in here just in the name of everyone having fun. But I'm never going after anyone for losing trades, because we've all done it. We all still have losing trades. It is what it is. It's how you are managing them and how you're bouncing back and how you're controlling your risk. But like I said, this market, I say the last couple of weeks, guys, but in all honesty, it's been all of calendar 2025. It is, if your entries are sloppy, which for newer traders, many of your entries are going to be sloppy, the market is going to chew you up and spit you out right now. It is a challenging environment for even multi-decade experienced traders, which means those of us that may be trading 10 years, 5 years, 1 year, 6 months. Of course, it's going to be challenging, but you don't give up. You stick with it. Learn from your losing trades. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from every blown eval or funded account, and just keep pushing forward.
Yeah. Also, I just looked at today's poll for the market bias, and the chat is 59% bullish or mooish. So
Mooish.
So let's see what's gonna happen. We had the same yesterday, and then we pumped pretty hard, but also we dumped pretty hard, and then we pumped again. So could call that sideways, I guess.
Yeah, and going to your point, Matt, I mean, it really is, it can be a very frustrating market to trade in, regardless of your background. I mean, even for me, I got super frustrated before the stream started. I took a trade that, completely stopped me out to the tick on the news. And it was something that I had been in for a few hours. So very frustrating to experience, that sunken loss, right? Like you were sitting in a trade for so long for it to stop you out to the tick and then reverse and make the complete move back up. So for me, as a trader, typically a lot of traders would be like, oh my gosh, I missed out on this. Let me just jump back in. And now you're just, stuck in a range where we're not really doing much. And you have to look at situations like that. Like it's going to happen, right? You can always say, oh, the market makers are after me. They knew exactly to stop me out right at the tick. But it is what it is. It happens, and you can't let that burn you. You have to just move on. You have to just let it happen and be like, all right, what's the next trade? Because the more that you keep fixating on something that didn't go your way, the less you're going to focus on the setups that will actually present themselves to you in the future, right? You might get a really nice setup right after that, make back that loss and more. So you just have to stay focused on not focusing so much on what happened. It happened, it's done, it's gone, like that money's lost. All right, let's move on. And now let's focus on what's actually in front of us. So I think that's something that I also want to mention too. I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to get emotions as a trader, regardless if you've been doing this for 2 months or 20 years. It's just, it never goes away, but your management is what gets better.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% true.
All right, guys. So we are just under 30 minutes from the New York Open. We have kind of consolidated price action. We're making a series of lower highs throughout much of the early morning hours here in the States. We're kind of clinging a little bit towards the VWAP area right now. So I think we're setting up, guys, for a really nice move at the Open, as we've seen pretty consistently. Not ready to declare what direction that is, but again, keep in mind Chairman Powell is testifying on Capitol Hill as we speak. Let's see, Case-Shiller Home Index has just come in a little soft, but probably not to the point where it's going to affect things. Again, the markets are going to be keeping their eyes on the Middle East today. Maybe half an eye on Chairman Powell and an eye and a half on the Middle East. But just be careful, guys, and make sure you watch your position size today, because we could see, I mean, are we going to get 100, 200-point swipes today? I mean, any day it's possible. But I do think little 20, 30-point swipes on the NQ, 10-point swipes on the ES, running some stops here or there could be pretty. It happened a lot yesterday. It could happen a lot again today. So please, please, please be careful with your position size. You should never blow an account on a stop run unless you're, close to blowing it anyway. And if you were at that point anyway, you clearly have a little bit of work to do. So let's see. I'm trying to think. How can I use market profile or volume profile for NASDAQ futures? I don't think Traders Nest. I don't think any of the three of us are big on market profile or volume profile. It's something I've studied in the past. It hasn't spoken to me as much as some of the other things that I've looked at. But I will tell you, I as traders, we'll be the first to tell you, you have to continuously evolve. And the minute you stop learning new ideas, new strategies, new indicators, new charting tech, all of that is when you're going to stagnate in this business. Doesn't mean you use it. Probably 80% of the indicators, setups, and all that I've learned, I've never used. But you cannot. This is a forward momentum business. You can never stop learning. You can never stop trying to learn new tools, new platforms, new journals, et cetera, et cetera. So again, that's the one constant in this business, is you need to consistently be staying on top of learning new things. Learning never ends.
True. It's funny, like whenever you speak or Miriam speaks, I can just only go like, true. Everything you guys say is fucking golden, So the chat here, like if you listen to Matt and Miriam and hopefully me, sometimes it makes sense as well. You learn a ton. So make sure that you not just have us in the background, but you actually actively listen and take some notes, because Matt and Miriam, I tell you guys, they drop some gold every now and then, multiple times throughout each stream. So good job, guys.
Well, I have a lot to say as a trader. Sometimes this is stuff I can talk for days about. That's why we're all here, right? We love it and we're passionate about it, and we're addicted to the NASDAQ, so we just keep coming back. But no, we hope this is helpful for everyone that's listening. And if you guys have any questions, of course you can always ask us, and let us know what you're maybe struggling with, or you need some advice on. Not financial advice. We always have to say that as well. But if you guys need a lending ear, we have about over 2 decades of trading experience amongst the three of us. So we've probably seen all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, when I first began, so I started trading about 11 years ago. It was mostly in small cap stocks, moved to large cap options. But it was about 6 years ago, it was a little before the pandemic, that I started to get into futures day trading, just as what I intended to be a 1 to 2 trade a day, generate $80 to $100 of extra income on top of what I was making. Quickly became very, very lucrative and my main source of income. And but I will tell you this, I had a thought there. I literally saw it fly out of my head. It's still early. I haven't finished my but anyway, guys, it is the most important thing for day traders especially. I asked a buddy of mine who was teaching me some of the contract specifications, all that, because I didn't know anything about futures. And I said, what's the most important thing? And he goes, screen time. End of discussion, end of story. Guys, you're going to hear on a lot of streams and on other places. You're not going to hear this here because we don't lie to you and we try to be as honest as possible, right? But you're going to hear people say, well, I just work like 30, 45 minutes a day. I make like $5,000, bro. And then like I get in the Rari and I'm gone, right? Like a, Lambo for life, right? And and listen, I'm not telling you this person is legit or not. Like we don't have time for that. That's just not worth it. There's other people out there that try to do that and poke holes in that. I'm just not interested in getting into that mudslinging, right? But I will tell you this: working, trading 1 to 2 hours a day, making a living is very possible. But what they don't tell you is the thousands of hours that you will put in learning, back testing, forward testing, live testing, trading in evals, trade your own money, broker, whatever, right? All of that. Yes, there are a number of traders out there who work maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, make really good money, and they're in great shape. But again, if they're legit, they've put in thousands of hours of work. So do not ever delude yourself into thinking that this is not it is. Miriam has said this is the hardest easy money there is to make, and it's absolutely correct. So guys, you need that screen time. You need to be here as much as you can day to day. I always recommend for people that have another job, or you've got family that needs to be dealt with, kids to go to school, whatever, right? If you can find like 90 minutes per day in the futures market, and ideally the same 90 minutes, right? Maybe it's the opening 90 of the New York session. Hell, maybe it's the 90 minutes of the European session. If you go to bed late, or if you work second shift, whatever the case may be. But getting that screen time and seeing how the markets move candle to candle, between Miriam, Nick, and I, we've probably watched a couple of million candles open and close. Okay, and whether we're consciously processing all that information or our subconscious is, it's why sometimes you'll see us look at something and be like, something just doesn't look right here, right? And not take a trade, and it turns out that was the right move. Our brains are amazing pattern recognition machines, guys, whether we're consciously doing it or not. So just be aware. It is that screen time, you guys. You've got to get that screen time. You've got to start. Don't give me that Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hour shit, but he's a complete hack. But you do need at least a couple of thousand of hours of watching the markets and processing what's going on a moment-to-moment basis. End of rant.
Yeah. All right. We also hit 250 likes. So that means I'm going to come in hot with the announcement. Here's the thing. Today, we're going to switch it up with giveaways a bit. We're going to have a poll up here in a second, because you guys get to choose what the giveaways are. Okay. You have 3 options. You're getting a poll in the couple seconds here in the YouTube chat. And basically, you pick whatever you like out of these options. We can either do 4 50K straight to funded accounts today, or we can do 8 50K growth accounts today, or we can do 15 150K advanced accounts. It's your choice. Go vote right now. I'll give you, let's say, 5 minutes. Okay, 9:15. We close the poll, and that's whatever it is. Well, you don't even need 5 minutes. We're gonna close it in 3 minutes. 9:12.
It's too long for the viewers.
It is.
I will again issue the reminder we do every day, guys. Make sure, especially as we're coming towards giveaway time, make sure your stream is live, because there's a few second latency. Regardless, we don't want you to be a minute behind and miss the opportunity to enter. So anytime you take us off your screen, guys, or if there's a pause or a hiccup, sometimes YouTube can rewind a few seconds randomly. So make sure there is a little red dot next to the live. The word live in the bottom left-hand corner of the YouTube screen, and just make sure you're with us in real time.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm actually curious what the chat is going to pick here. So far, it looks like 50K straight to funded accounts is in the lead.
But it's close. 1,550K advanced accounts is at 31%. But it looks like they want the straight to funded.
Straight to funded are nice.
I'll say this: if you guys win straight to funded accounts, we better see you on that leaderboard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of leaderboard, Miriam, you want to give a quick shout out to Victor?
Shout out, yes. Shout out to Victor. He was our special guest of the day yesterday. If you guys missed that, go back and watch that episode. It was full of nuggets. He came on yesterday and he talked about his journey as his first live funded trader, of Tradeify. So he actually is now on the leaderboard, top 10 live funded traders of 2025. He made it to the number 5 slot. So congratulations, Victor. I know we didn't get to take a trade together yesterday, but we will have you on very shortly in the future, and so we can trade together as well. So congratulations to that, and of course congratulations to everyone else who is on that leaderboard. So make sure that if you guys are straight to funded, that you are putting yourself in a position to get on that leaderboard, because we want to see it. We want to see the wins.
Also, Jesse asking, can you get on a leaderboard with a straight to funded account? No, only after you get live funded. But background Nick was faster than I was and already answered that in the chat just now. So we have the market open coming up in about 19 minutes here. And I'm so curious, Miriam, if we're going to break this trend line and actually fully break it, because then this shit is going to rip. Like NQ is going to rip if we fully break this and close outside, is my view at least.
Yeah. I think the tighter the squeeze, the bigger the breakout in my experience. So I would also be curious to see how we react here. We are currently above VWAP, so I want to say it's going to be to the upside. But again, that can change very quickly, right? We've seen that happen where we might have seen like a false look above and fail, and then we just come back down, which low key I am kind of hoping for, not gonna lie. But we'll see what happens, guys. We're not here to predict, we're here to react. So definitely would be curious. Yeah, I'd be curious to see. What do you guys think? Do you think we break to the upside or the downside? It looks like the polls earlier were bullish, but
yeah, definitely bullish in the chat. Also, we got the king in the house. Brett is here in the chat. So good morning, Brett. Hope to see you take some banger trades like you did yesterday.
We hope you got enough sleep from the weekend. I know the team was very much working in the back.
Yeah, the entire team has been up like 50 hours straight just to make sure the transition goes well.
And still made some banger trades.
With technology, sometimes it just doesn't go the way you would like it to go. However, here we do have the poll. It's pretty much done. It's 9:12. So we have a clear winner with 39%. You guys want 4 50K straight to funded winners today. So that's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do.
All right. All right, Dan.
All right.
Alrighty. Also, quick question, guys. You should have gotten an email regarding the New York City event that we're going to do, New York City event meetup. Are you going to be there? Like, let us know in the chat really quick. Who's going to be there in New York next Monday? I'm going to answer this with a no, sadly.
I know.
Would have been so nice.
That'd be fun. We'll do some more in the future, but I think this is the first one that we're doing.
Yep. All right.
Also, I know background Nick will back me up on this, Brett, but we do need to do a summertime Chicago meetup, man. There was nothing like summertime in Chicago with the river and the lake. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, or we could do it in LA.
We can go to Erewhon and get some $20 sea moss.
You need to put that video up on your socials, Miriam. That was absolutely hilarious. And I'm sure that's a uniquely LA thing, but at the same time, there's douchebags like that in every city. So I mean, St. Louis is pretty small compared to LA. We've got those types here too. So
yeah. There's stereotypes for a reason.
Yeah. But it is very uniquely LA.
Very LA. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what's that? What's happening, Matt? Do we have something
on you? FOMO from my lungs, not gonna lie.
I mean, Jay Powell is speaking in 45 minutes. So
anything come out on that?
Let's see. Trump heading to NATO, where at worst it will be a much calmer period than what I just went through with Israel and Iran. I look forward to seeing all of my very good European friends. That's it. So nothing. I don't know. I don't know if that was probably just a pre-market stop run.
Exactly.
just to stop the other side, not just Miriam.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those days.
That was a fuck you in particular move.
Yeah. Exactly. No, it really is. Like, it really feels like that they know where your stop losses are, especially when you see it right to the tick. You're like, something's going on here. Someone's watching me. It's like everyone has their own market maker, like how everyone has their own FBI watching them. Like, everyone has their own market maker just watching them like, I see your stuff. I'm coming for you.
Every single trader has one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
we
not
got
seeing-
we got a lot of Fed heads speaking today. So
Yeah, we do, guys. This again, and it's one more reason. Watch your position size.
that was an insane candle. Oh
random.
Lord.
Random.
Welcome to
Guys,
trading,
I think- Sorry, we just hit. I mean, we are already at 300 something likes for today's stream. So we should do a little flash giveaway before we have the market open coming up. What do you guys think?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Why the hesitation, Mariam? Why the hesitation?
I mean, is it even a question?
Well,
Let's do it. Let's go.
all right. I'm gonna set this up here.
The chat is ready for it.
I just need to set up the keyword here with Drew, and then we're gonna do a little
Leia
flash
says,
giveaway.
Do it now.
Yes or
Do the
no?
giveaway.
Yes or no? It's gonna be good.
Whatever you want.
All right. Let me ping Drew on this really quick, but I like it.
Yeah, I've got to look at our Fed speakers for today. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't care about the Bank of Europe people. Yeah, Fed Chair Powell's going to be is going to be on Capitol Hill today. Fed Williams, Fed Kashkari, Fed Collins, Fed Barr. Everybody's yapping today. Fed Schmidt. I don't remember that person.
It's Fed Day.
Yeah, it really is.
right,
Barr's
I mean-
the one who I swear to God that dude shorts the market before he goes to a microphone. Every,
Yeah.
Every time.
yeah, he really does. It's yeah, it's like watch me run the stops on these assholes right before I go out and
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, while they do that, we do our first giveaway of the day. Guys, you chose. We're going to do 4 50K straight to funded account giveaways. So this is going to be exciting for the people who win. As usual, you have to make sure that you have liked the stream. You have to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. And once we drop the keyword here in a second, you only type it once. You don't type it twice. You don't type it 3 times, because this is going to get you disqualified. This is not like some bullshit warning. This is an actual warning. You will get disqualified. So only type it once, okay? The keyword for this first flash giveaway for a 50K straight to funded account is market makers with a space in between. So market space makers. Good luck, guys.
Shout out to those market makers just with the volatility today.
yeah. If any of them are watching this show, they're really going to be targeting us today.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they're like, yeah, you're doing giveaways with that name now. Yeah, fuck you guys. We're gonna hunt your subs.
hey John, I got a stream over here. We got to watch this one
Yeah.
over.
Hey, who's this? Who's this fucking guy who thinks he can trade over here? I got something for him.
Hey, yo, Tony, come here and let's look
Yeah.
at this. Get your ass out of the bodega so we can actually look.
Yeah, apparently all market makers are Italians from New York now.
All of them, yeah, without an exception. All right, you see it on the screen here, guys. We are gonna pick a winner in a couple seconds. You see this live, and if you type it twice, you're gonna get removed from the list. You also see that live. So I think, Matt, since you don't do the countdown anymore for the marble races, why don't you do a little 10-second countdown or 5-second countdown for this giveaway pick?
All right. I'm not doing a 5-second. I'm doing an 8-second
You're like, okay,
countdown. Damn it! Yeah,
All right,
wait.
go
wait
for it, Matt.
So we will pick our winner in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Oh, that was a straight shot to Drew, but he reacted on time. There we go. We got a winner for the first 50K straight to funded account. And actually, my stream quality right now on my preview monitor is so bad that I can't even read the name.
Ibra Cadabra?
Abracadabra. Yes.
Abracadabra. All right,
Abracadabra.
congratulations. Make sure. Oh, he already typed something in the
Already
chat. Or
typed.
she.
So yeah, you're good. Make sure everybody, make sure your email address is in your YouTube description. You can look up videos on how to do that, and so we can reach out and give you your code.
We
Yep,
love
in
we
your
love a
YouTube
quick
channel
response.
description. That's where it needs to be. YouTube channel description.
There you go.
Well, as you know, guys, you chose. We have 3 more 50K straight to funded accounts to give away today. And who would we be if we wouldn't do marble races? So that's going to come up later. And of course, we do have the market open in 8 minutes and 25 seconds. So yeah, exciting times coming around the corner. What is it that you're looking for right now, Mariam? Is there anything specific, or you're just waiting until?
She's looking for more matcha.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my first cup of the day, so got my Hulk juice. But yeah, we're really just sitting in this range. I mean, we got that nice pop of the trend line. I wouldn't even really consider this a breakout. I would wait until we actually get a nice candle hold above this trend line. But really, I want to wait until the market opens. This could very much be a, you know, it just feels like one of those FAFO days, like fuck around and find out. And I don't want to be too greedy on days like this. I mean, you never want to be greedy, but the point is, like, I feel like it's just going to be one of those days where you really have to position yourself, you know, not too high. This is not one of those, let's full pour, let's not take a full position size here. I really think it's one of those where you got to be extra careful. And just based off, like, you know, some of the price action I've been seeing. I mean, and maybe I'm feeling a little hurt still, and since I got stopped out of my trade, but you know, for me, I'm definitely going to be a little bit more cautious about you know, how we open here. I think this is going to be one of those 15-minute opening range days. I think that's where I'm kind of sitting right now. Even if we make this breakout, I would want a retest of this trend line. My biggest thing as a trader is I always used to take the breakout of the candle, and sometimes it's worked, but a lot of times the first breakout is not the full move. So you want to make sure that you wait for a retest, you wait until, you know, price comes back to that level, and then you enter on that next candle, or at least wait for a confirmation candle when you're taking these breakout trades. So you want to be mindful of that. Also, we're still hovering at this 300 level. We're kind of flirting with it right now. I think the safest entry for me for any upside would at least be clearing this 315 area, because then you got room to this 350 zone on the 5-minute. Now, of course, what I don't want to see is us just making a move to the upside and then not actually, you know, I don't want to see something like this. I don't want to see us making a false breakout and then closing below this trend line. Like, I want to actually see some, you know, I want to see some conviction from
What we
buyers.
had yesterday.
What's that?
This is what we had yesterday, but to the downside. We had that downside
Exactly.
move, but we didn't close outside the trend line, and then we just pumped.
Oops.
So that would be ugly.
Yeah, that would not be cute. We would not like that. So that's what I'm looking for. It's not cute.
Yeah, market isn't really cute today, so.
I would love the bottom trend line. We're just sitting above VWAP. That's the only thing. I mean, we would have to wait for VWAP to break, and then you know, we have these candles sitting here. Whenever I see wicks like this, it's also indicative of, like, you know, buyers in action, right? Whenever we see strong pushes, I'm thinking there are still orders here that are, you know, there's some buyers that are really trying to hold this area, which is why this demand zone is going to be important to me. So really, you know, I don't expect the break to the downside. Of course, anything can happen, but I would expect at least some attempt at holding the 250 zone.
Absolutely. You know, I was just thinking as you were talking, VWAP sounds like a failed '90s boy band, right? Like it's like they had that one hit that was kind of catchy. It was on the radio for maybe like a month, and then like they just disappeared. 3 of them ended up in rehab, and the other one ended up like moving to
LA.
Yeah, LA. Well, they started in LA. All right, guys. So we are under 5 minutes from the open, and thank God, because that gives us something to talk about. But no, we are the NQ and the indexes in general really locked between VWAP and the +1 standard deviation, and we don't want it locked within one of the channels. We want it breaking out and breaking down. We want some good price action expansion, which, to be fair, that has happened at the open quite consistently over the course of the past few weeks. So so guys, we are now just under 4 minutes from our ding ding. So let's lock in. Let's get everyone ready. Make sure your charts are where they need to be. make sure Tradeify TV is first and foremost in the corner of one of your monitors. And let's get ready for, again, our last ever show that's only 3 hours.
Dude, you confused me when you did that intro. Like, I was like, wait, what?
Well, because I intentionally didn't tell you guys about that. I thought about that like 10 minutes before we got on. I was like, how can I fuck with Nick a little bit?
It worked.
That was smooth, though. That was smooth. Yeah, it worked.
I was like, wait, what?
You fooled us.
There are some sellers that stepped in at this 22,300 level. So I will be curious to see how we go through that. Also the 312 level that I had mentioned. So I think once we clear those levels, if we clear those levels, then could be a nice long setting up for us. Let's see.
Yeah, you can still re-enter that even though you got stopped out of your first one. And I think that's such an important thing to know, right? It's like, even if you do get stopped out, there might be another entry for that bias that you had or that direction that you had analyzed. So never just rage quit and double your position size or triple your position size, but rather just, wait for the next setup and it's going to come.
Yeah, exactly.
2 minutes, 24 seconds left until market open.
I love how people are still typing market makers. Guys, the giveaway is over.
Guys, make sure the stream is live.
They're not live. They're not live, or they're just super slow. There was somebody asked before, or multiple people, like, "Hey, give us more time to enter the giveaway." Guys, this is a flash giveaway. You have to be here. You have to be active. You have to be on this stream, because we're gonna give away the nuggets. We're gonna give away the accounts. We're gonna give away what you want, but only if you're here and you're active and ready to actually claim those giveaways. Not like the people who win and then they don't claim their wins. That's the worst.
Yeah, that's tough. But again, honestly, guys, you say, well, we need more. Are you going to ask the market maker for more time to get into a trade? No, you got to pull the trigger when the trigger's there. So we're the same way. We're just looking out for you. We're training you to take your trades quickly and without hesitation.
That's right.
Yes, sir. 1 minute, 22 seconds.
All right. I'm going to make, again, guys, we're not in the prognostication business, right? Like, we can sit here and say, oh, the markets are going up, the markets, whatever. We're in the read and react business. But to have a bias is still, what we need to do. I do think it's going to be a very tradable day. Maybe not right away. Maybe we need to kind of sort out a few things in the first hour. But I think we're going to get some good trends today. We did yesterday, and these days tend to happen in bunches. So I thought it was going to be a pretty fun week coming into the week. Yesterday was great and very tradable. I think today is going to be the same. All right, we are less than a minute away.
Getting some
guys, are we locked and loaded here?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was talking to the chat, but that's fine.
Me too.
Not you, Nick.
I want to be part of this too.
You can't say yes with us.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm not from LA.
LA.
If
Somebody watching for the first time
that,
said, what the hell did I get myself into? All right, guys, we are now 10 seconds away from the open. So we had a great day on the show yesterday. Let's have another great day today. And again, our last show ever of only 3 hours. All right. Ding, ding, motherfuckers. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's see if we get that upside, that push to the upside. If we hold view up, that would be nice.
No, nice wick below VWAP currently.
Is it wiki?
It's very wicky.
Nick Wick in action.
SPX also with a nice gap up here. This will be a nice play to the downside if we do get it, but it could be a gap and go. So let's see.
Tesla pushing again as well, already sitting at 1.5%. Tesla had a huge run yesterday, over 10%.
Yeah, they had a massive move with their announcement.
Brett is saying he's ready to short today. So, Mariam, we got another one in our team.
What? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, that means I might have to go long.
Let's fade Brett, or what? I would not do that if I were you.
Hey, I'm not afraid of going against Brett. We've done it many times.
No, but if you look at his P&L from yesterday, then I mean, wouldn't be the smartest idea.
Can't beat that. Yeah, he had a massive day yesterday.
He did.
Currently just ranging right now, not really doing much.
Yes. I feel like we're in that meme where the guy's poking it with a stick and says, "Do something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it does.
Even though we were
something.
like,
Oh,
1 minute in.
Oh man. But it is. We're sitting in a range of 20 points right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, again, with all the Feds, I don't know that any individual Fed speaker, I mean, I joke about Barr, but I don't know that any individual Fed speaker really moves things too much. But I do think the combination of I think almost the entire Fed is speaking today, and Chairman Powell is testifying. Now, the test of him testifying, I think it's much ado about nothing, because what do we know? We know the president has kind of gone after him, which means his allies in Congress are going to be looking for their sound bites and going after Powell, and the other side's probably, you know, the Democratic side will make their statements and all that, and maybe ask some questions. I just don't know if there's going to be any major news coming out of his testimony, especially because he seems to have already leaned to the fact that they're still planning on a couple of rate cuts this year. But it's when different members of the Fed are saying different things that the market kind of throws its hands up and be like, all right. So again, we are in a very unique economic time. We are in a very unique geopolitical time. I saw somebody early in the chat before the giveaway say, so do we just not trade today? No, we still trade. We are just very cognizant of the fact that there could be ATR plus swipes in either direction once we settle in. So just, again, it's just managing your position size. If one of those swipes goes for you, that's great. You bank a little extra money and hopefully have a really good day. If they go against you and stop you out, you're not in a prohibitively big position size, and so it's a losing trade, but it's not a blown account.
Mm-hmm.
Well said.
Ooh.
Now we're breaking VWAP.
Nice rejection of that 315 area as well on NASDAQ, but let's see if we can get this move to the downside here. We're still holding the trend line.
Yeah, the downtrend line, we're just not breaking that properly. We tried to poke out of it twice now, but we'll.
Brett has taken a short here.
Yeah, the market makers heard it. That's why it's going down now.
Oh,
right. Shit, Brett's in a short. We have to go down.
I'm shorty McShorty, he says. That's awesome.
Pray. Brett, we sit here and tell everyone to, every day is like, so you got to do all this stuff. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just praying for my position. Hey, it's work for you. It's cool.
I'm actually considering a short as well. I might actually consider a short here. Very light position again, guys. I'm not trying to be a hero on this trade. But I'll see how we do at this 300 level again.
All right. You have an entry at 300 or?
No, not yet. I just want to see how we're gonna take out.
Little rejection there at the 300s.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a short here, guys. And then I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna put my stop to the high.
All right. So 315.
Yeah. So 15-point stop on this, and now I am playing this on a separate account, so I don't actually have this on here. But my entry was 300 to the tick, and my stop is gonna be 315. I'm gonna make it a little above. So I'm gonna do like 316.50.
I usually do that too, like one point above the candle. That has saved me so many stop loss hits actually. Funny. Yeah. What would be your target on this, Mary?
My target is gonna be that low of day.
Got it.
We are kind of breaking above this trend line, which I don't like. I do want to see sellers step back in here like now.
Now.
Like now.
Do it now. Get in there and short. What are you doing?
Exactly. Jeez.
I'm gonna record that, and I'm gonna get in touch with Miriam's fiance, and I'm gonna have him set that as like her ringer or something. Like
That would be so funny.
I would hate that. I would hate that.
It's still a pretty tight 15-minute opening range so far. It's a 54-point range.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what we do here. But I do like that we are still rejecting 300. So far, so good. And technically, this trend line on the 5-minute. Though we are, the only thing I just don't like is that we are above VWAP. So this is more of a hero trade, which is why I don't have much of a big risk on it. I will be losing $288 if I am wrong on this trade.
That is more than fine.
Yeah.
If you make any adjustments or something, feel free to interrupt me, Marion. But I do want to talk. Brett said something a couple minutes ago about being 2 contracts and wanting to add. We know too many contracts is not Brett's full position size, right? And we've talked about this on the show before in scaling into trades. So taking a small position, if the trade just runs hard for you, you take your profit, you're happy, you go from there. If it runs hard against you, you stop out, and it's not a huge loss. But if it goes kind of slowly in your direction or kind of hangs out and you're waiting for a break, let's say 5 contracts is your max position size, and you're not 100% sure, but you want to participate. So you go in 2, then you add 2, et cetera, et cetera. But we don't double down on trades, meaning if you're 10 micros is your max position size, you don't go in 10 micros and then add 10. You go in maybe 5 and add another 5. So there is a difference, guys, between doubling down on a trade or scaling into a trade. I will scale in occasionally. I'm mostly all in, and then scale out. But still, scaling into or out of a trade, guys, is a way to minimize some of your losses.
So it just took partial of my trade here. It took 3 of my contracts. It didn't completely fill me. But I got stopped out for 3 of my total position. I don't know why it didn't take my full one. I think I just got wicked into that. Yeah, I got wicked out of that. But now I'm only in 6 contracts. So I got stopped out on 3. Now I'm in 6. But we're still getting this rejection.
I'm not sure about that move.
Yeah, I don't
This
know
is
about
very, very barcodey for now.
Yeah, our first 5-minute candle is very indecisive.
Let's see how the second one does. We got 1 minute and 55 seconds left on that one.
I want to see this 290 break. That's what I want to see. It's 290 breaks. I think we got this nice move. I like these top wicks though. I like the top wicks that we're getting. That's very indicative of selling pressure coming in. So
the problem is we do have the bottom wicks as well.
That's true.
Now.
Yeah, that is true. It's very.
We had one at 8:30 for that news wick, and then we also had one at 9:33. So that's why I say I'm not really a fan of this for me, because it's barcodey for now.
Very barcodey, yeah.
Brett has a stop at 3:22. So I don't know if Brett had it there before that wick, or if he was just super lucky right now.
Yeah, we are holding like this. This is not what I want to see us like. We're just chopping back and forth. We are above the trend line now too, so buyers could take it here.
Let's see.
It just doesn't seem like there's like either side has a lot of conviction to start the morning.
Yeah.
Nope, but that was the theme of the London session as well. It was no clear direction, a little bit up, a little bit down. So,
of course, this would happen on a day when it's just the 3 of us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. I mean,
because as we've talked about on the show, the market makers are out to get us specifically.
Yes, us only.
That leaves us for more time doing marble races,
Nick's marble race. Nick's going to download the marble race on his own just so he can sit there and watch them off stream.
I am the marble maker.
The marble maker?
Yeah.
The marble master? Whatever gets you where you're trying to go.
ES is looking stronger here, so this could very much make the move back up, and I think it wants it here. I think it wants to take it. So I'm actually going to be looking for us to make the move back to the upside. So I just got stopped out on the full trade there. So I will be looking at this upside play here if we get it.
Yeah, me too.
So 288 was my complete loss on that.
All right, that's a very small loss compared to your wins.
Yeah, I had a nice win. I had a 100-point win over the overnight session, so not too mad at that.
Yeah, thank you, Gabriela. She's saying, Matt, leave Nick alone. We love the marble race.
I love him too. I love him too, but I gotta give Nick shit for something. If there is ever a show where all three of us don't give a little shit to the other two, then you'll know something's going on. Something's wrong, right?
This is true.
Well, true. All right, we're getting that push to the upside now, breaking that trend line. I would want to see that 50-minute candle close outside of that trend line. That would be nice, and that's when I start looking for longs here.
Yeah, we are above this trend line, and I do like ES actually looks better to me, to be honest.
We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the 50-minute opening range, and from there on out, I'm going to look for entries for a long if we do close outside.
325 is the +1 standard deviation off of VWAP there, so that could be an area that we need to push through to get a further move up. Nick doesn't own any blue tees, Gabriella. His closet is, I've actually seen it. It's 432 white tees.
For every like that we get on the stream, I'll add one more.
What?
Or actually, today I have to buy some. I gotta get it to 488 now. Guys, can 12 of you hit that like button really quick, just to get it to a nice and even 500? You know, just make it look nice. I'll have it at 488.
You're so polite with that, Nick.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Well, guess what? We're at 494 now. All right, 1 minute and 15 seconds till 15-minute opening range close. I do like it for the longs here so far.
Yeah, I actually do too.
We seen any pockets of large buyers or sellers on Bookmap there, Miriam?
Not really. Yeah, I don't really see too many. I see some sellers, not anything significant at 22,375. So we still have a ways, but nothing really significant to me right now. Let's see if we hold this level here. This is where I would look to get long, actually, in this area.
Same. Especially if we have some sort of a consolidation right before we break out of the 50-minute opening range and then bull flagging that would be nice. But let's see what we get. Still holding up that 4-hour candle open here, pretty much sitting right there. And with that, the 50-minute opening range is established. It is sitting between 22,327.75 and 22,260. So about a 67-point range.
Okay, I took that long at 311. So I had the level that I was looking for. If you go to my 1 minute here, this is exactly what I was looking for here. So we're holding it for now. I'm gonna keep my stop to 300, but the reason I took this was because on the 9 EMA on the 1 minute, we're really holding this level. And what I wanted to see was us actually holding this top wick right here. So that was the reason I got long at 311. So I'm actually in a long right now. I'm going to be targeting 342 I want to see us get up to 342. 350 is going to probably be where my runners go, but I want a decent trade out of this. So I don't want bulls bringing this back down below 300. So right now we are about 10 points in the green here.
Nice. I would want to see this go out of the 50-minute opening range first, which is happening right now. So good days, good times for you, Mariam.
We'll see.
I mean, if we do this, if we do break this properly, I can totally see price going to previous, like to today's high, which is sitting at 22,380.
Yeah, I want to see us at least, like this is the area right here that I want to see us break above. So 333, and then I want us to get to 350. 350 doesn't seem to have a lot of bookmap sellers on it, but 375 is really going to be that key area.
Yeah, because that's sitting right under the high of the day, which is at 383.
Yeah. So,
but it's
yeah,
pretty slow movement today. I mean, given the fact that we're 17 minutes into the market open, we're moving super slow for now.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get here. Some buying pressure is kind of coming in here on book maps. I want to see us get above 330. That's what I want to see us get above. 330, hold 330, and then make the push up to 350. That's really going to be what I want to see. And then I'll kind of decide at 340. 342 will be my first take profit.
Fair enough. I really like that trend line break though.
Yeah.
We had three clean touch points and then broke out with the first 15-minute candle. And the second
not the cleanest breakout in my opinion, honestly. Just, you know, obviously we had these like really annoying wicks that kept pushing us down, but we did hold VWAP really well. We did hold the bottom trend line really well. So that's something that I really like seeing.
Yeah, we've had a strong rejection of VWAP 3 times basically since 6 a.m. So that's a pretty good indicator that we at least want to test above the +1 standard deviation.
Mm-hmm. We do have Powell speaking at 10 a.m. So that's in 12 minutes. Could also be a reason why price is moving a bit slower than usual.
It's funny. I had joked about fading Brett and going long. I should have faded Brett and went long.
Well, could have, would have.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, this 330 area is kind of a resistance zone here. Let's see what ES is doing. ES would need to get above 131.
Do you still have your original stop at the 300?
Yeah, I still have it at 300. Yeah, I think that's a fine stop. I actually have it at 298. But yeah, not liking this move today. Not liking the lack of conviction on bulls, honestly. These top wicks are just disgusting, to be fair.
I agree.
Getting some selling coming in here. See if they hold. They need to hold this level. I think bulls need to hold this level here.
That's the 4-hour candle open here at 22,314. Whoop. Did that wake you out?
No, not yet.
Because on MNQ it went below 300 on my end.
Now I did. All right. Not my day, guys. Watch this bottom technique.
Well, you had a banger day yesterday, so
I did.
Well, but let's talk about that, because I think it's a good illustration of how you manage your trades, right? Because you know, you took just a couple of small paper cuts this morning, so the majority of your profits from yesterday are fine, right? And that's something that that a lot of newer traders struggle with is they become what we call yo-yo traders, right? If you had oversized and maybe gotten poor entries, now all of a sudden 2/3, 3/4, and maybe even all of yesterday's profits are gone. Instead, you took a couple of small shots in a market that's maybe not moving with the best conviction. If they had gone for you, you add a few hundred or a couple $1,000s to your weekly total. Instead, you're still sitting very green on the week. So I think that's a very important lesson for people to understand. Especially in a day like today, you follow the mantra, we're right or we're right out. And I know there was very, very good trade management. It just goes to show you, if you can have a couple of days a week where you let your winners run, you're taking very, very solid setups and managing your trades well on a day or two when maybe the markets just aren't really as tradable as we'd like, that you don't let that eat up your profits.
Yeah, no, that's a good point too. Like I definitely positioned way higher yesterday than I did today. So my total loss on the day is not even near something that I was positioned for yesterday. My total loss on 2 trades today was 576. So, for me, I'm very okay with a loss like that. And it's understandable that these are going to happen. And I think the reason why, even today, I told you guys, I'm not looking to position myself very high for these trades. And you can see how much like back and forth action we're getting here. We got the long setup that looked decent. But I think it's all about entries too. I wasn't willing to risk very much on this trade. I didn't want to get into a 30-point stop loss. Like, no, I'm going to keep it to, less than 15 points was my stop loss on both of today's trades. So, it's looking at each day separately and looking at like, all right, based off how today is moving, I don't know if I have much conviction. If I am going to place a trade, I don't want to lose that much. Always think about like your potential loss on a trade, not how much it can go for you. And this happened to me earlier today too. The same thing kind of happened where it kind of took my stop and ran, and that's where I was like, maybe today's not one of those days to add risk. So like I said, I had a good session in the pre-market, in the overnight session. The pre-market I took a loss, and then just now you guys saw me take 2 losses. So my rule is I'm done. After 2 losses, I am completely done. So that's where I stand. But not to say that no good trades could still come out of this. I think bulls still have a chance of holding. If as long as we're holding 300, I think we still have a good chance of making the move up. I just don't like. I mean, if you guys look at this on the 5-minute, look at these wicks. Look at these wicks. Like
it is.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. Like this is not clean price action. And so it gets really, really frustrating, especially if you are in a big position. This is a very easy way of completely blowing your account. So it's just, it's not one of those days where you want to add risk, like for what? Like
there is, I would say there's more wikis on this chart than an early 2000s Eminem track.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we have to keep in mind that Powell is speaking in 6 minutes, so or 5.5 minutes. So that also might have a big impact on why price is just not really moving for now.
Yeah.
That's it. I got you, James. If you're looking for some lame dad jokes, that you have come to the right place, brother.
Also, there's a pretty good question in the chat here from JWFX asking, can I ask how you 3 handle and deal with trading live on stream? Do you find it harder to trade and trust your trading, or are you used to it now? I mean, let's kick this around the circle here. But for me, I'm getting used to it now. The way how I'm getting used to it is by trading way smaller position size than usual. I mean, you guys see me since the start. I've only been trading 5 micros on the stream so far. You will see me take way bigger positions in the future. But for now, I'm just sticking to that because the probability of me missing a certain setup, of me missing a certain level, or, just missing out on something that's important is way higher now that I'm still getting into the rhythm. Because, Matt is talking in the background, Miriam is talking in the background, then we have stuff going on the charts. I'm checking the chat here, I'm checking the background chat with the team. So many things are going on, so I tend to overlook stuff, or like the probability is higher. And that's why I just trade smaller size. But I'm getting used to it now. It starts to feel really, really natural. How about you guys, Miriam?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. I mean, I kind of went from, you know, I'm the type of person I don't like a lot of noise. I don't like playing music. I need absolute silence when I trade. And so it is, you know, you start to realize like there's a lot going on, right? We have, like to Nick's point, we have obviously you guys, and we have sometimes we'll have a guest and we'll entertain, and you know, we're definitely here to make sure that you guys know what we're looking at. I think my biggest thing that's always made this easier is talking through my trades, and that's kind of helped me solidify that more being on the stream. I'm a big out loud speaker of my trades. I like to go through what I'm looking at. I like to say, all right, these are the levels. And I do that even by myself. So I think it's just solidified that habit even further of being able to say, hey, look, guys, like we need to do this. We need to clear this level. We need to have buyers hold this. Like that's my way of actually like keeping myself accountable in the trade. And so that's definitely helped a lot more. And of course, even having you guys see things that I don't see, right? There's a lot of times where, you know, Nick will point something out or Matt will point something out, and it's like, oh, I didn't even notice that. But that's also the advantage of trading with other people. So
Very
I don't
true.
know. I don't know if you feel that way, Matt, but
Yeah, I agree. It is an adjustment. I've shared on this on this show, like I went through a period, like the last 6 to 8 months have been huge periods of disruption for me in my personal life, mostly very, very good. And when I say disruption, when you have it in a negative context, but between you know, moving and starting the show, and obviously a couple weeks for the show had a big basement flood. And as the dad joke that I made for that is that I didn't lose any money, but my accounts were all underwater. But yeah, you know, my trading computer was one of the casualties of that. Thankfully, no other, you know, irreplaceable things. Well, that's very replaceable, but so it's all been an adjustment. So yes, it has been. My trading volume has been as low in the last few weeks as it's been in quite some time. And I'm like Nick, I'm getting adjusted and getting, you know, routine is so important. It's vital, and that's something that's one of the Mark Douglas's tenets, right? Because Mark Douglas will tell you we cannot control the markets as much as we would like, right? But what we can control is ourselves. We can control the framework that we place around our trading, and routine is a big part of that. So I know on a daily, and now I'm adjusting. It takes 3 to 4 to 5 weeks to sink into a new routine, and I'm very much adjusted to the routine now. But it's also a matter of, like, for 6 years, I knew where my monitors were. I'm looking at very specific things. Okay, I'm about to execute a Renko trade, so I'm looking at this chart. I'm looking for my candlestick backup. Now I'm checking, you know, order, you know, market depth, all that kind of stuff. Boom, enter the trade. And so now I'm finally now adjusting to being back in a little bit of a aggressive trading mode over the course of the next few weeks, hopefully. And again, we still have to get those opportunities. Any change to your routine, guys, you cannot expect. Like all these people say, I'm going to take my laptop and trade on vacation. Okay, and I'm not discouraging you from doing that, but don't expect maybe one laptop and a small portable monitor is going to be sufficient if you have 2 or 3 full-size monitors at home. Any adjustment to the things that you do needs to be taken into account. You want to trade it at, you know, 2, 3 micros on vacation and post something on social media, cool, right? But you know, these guys that are trading, and guys, no offense to those that are, I think if you're trading just on your phone, you're insane. If you're trying to day trade, you know, forget the. I mean, there's people I've seen. We've all seen the videos. You know, guys sitting on the beach. You know, oh, look at this, guys. I got. First of all, let's not even talk about the latency you're going to get. You know, trading on mobile data. But let's just, I mean, you know, that's just kind of a, yeah, I don't want to get into that, but no, don't do that, guys. You need to be locked in. This is a job. This is a career, and it needs to be treated as such. So, you know, if you're, you know, if you get a promotion at work or you take on additional assignments, you don't just function at your same capacity on day one of that as opposed to the day before, right? You need to make adjustments. You need to, you know, so it's been that period of adjustment, I think, for all of us. We've talked about this behind the scenes a couple of times. But yeah, and in the meantime, what we can't, you know, we can't control if the markets are going to give us a bunch of trades. What we can control is that we're trying to bring you good content. We're trying to, again, as we've said, be very real with you in terms of the expectations that you should have for your time in this business, and your expectations that you should have for passing accounts, getting payouts, et cetera, and how long it takes to get really, truly, really good at this. So yeah, it's an adjustment, but I think, you know, as we settle in here, guys, and now we're making the push to 4 hours tomorrow, I'm excited for the opportunities that we're going to have together.
Yeah.
100%.
super
It's
exciting.
Powell alert now. It's 10.
Okay.
Oh, he's
We
on.
already had it wick around for a couple seconds here.
Well, he's
Yeah,
obviously going to
yeah.
have an opening statement, and then it's going to be questions. I don't know that much is going to come out of the questions, so
Well-
T-logic. Okay, that's the quote of the day, my friend. I'm going to give you you get the gold star, the comment of the day.
That's funny.
Well, actually, let me rephrase that. If you're managing something, like you're in a trade, you get in your trade according to your setup, and like you got to go pick up a kid from school. Maybe you meant it to be a 5-minute trade and it's an hour-long trade, and you want to keep an eye on it, like on mobile. But just don't assume you're going to make a living trading on your phone. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of dumb shit in this business.
Absolutely.
Guys, we're sitting at 532 likes, and I think it's about time we do the first marble race. So why don't we get this to 550 likes? Just, sweet 18 more, and then we're gonna do the first marble race for 50K straight to funded account. That's what you chose.
Let's go.
In the pre-market wake up.
Absolutely, boy. What shitty price action.
Yeah, this isn't it, guys. This is not it.
I mean, it's Tradeify TV price action. What do you expect?
Yeah, this is like.
Who said we were going to barcode out for? Oh, that was for tomorrow for 4 hours. Who am I going to go back and yell at?
Yeah. There was something that. Did Trump like say something crazy earlier?
Apparently,
he dropped an F-bomb in a statement.
Nice.
I just saw it on Twitter. He apparently said Israel and Iran don't know what the fuck they're doing. So
Nice.
Yeah. Well, not going to say about that, except that we did hit 550 likes. So let's focus on the marbles for now, all right? Guys, as usual, here's how we're going to do this. Make sure that you like the stream. You have to like it to participate. You have to make sure that you're subscribed. And then once we drop the keyword here in a second, you only type it once in the chat. Don't type it twice, not 3 times, because it is going to get you disqualified, okay? We're only going to have the first 300 people that type it participate in the race. So make sure that you're fast. Make sure that you're here. Once we drop it, the keyword for the first marble race is going to be in honor of Jerome Powell, Jay Powell, JPOW. One word.
Nice.
Let's go.
One W on that.
1W.
1W. J Pow.
J-Pow.
JPOW, guys. JP. If you entered it wrong, you can enter it again correctly. You just can't enter it correctly twice.
Yep.
JPOW. And again, make sure your stream is live, guys.
And whenever we have the first 300, you're going to see our producer, Drew, shout out to Drew, pull up the marble race on screen. And we're going to go and race for a 50K straight to funded account.
Nice.
Imagine like you're sitting on a stream. You're getting a shit ton of value for free. You then get a 50K straight to funded account. And then you get that to pay out and you get free money. It's like,
That would be nuts.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would love to interview that person that actually got
Yeah.
a free account and then got payouts from it.
I mean, and
That's
let's be honest too, guys. I mean, this is this is a nice free stream, but yeah, I mean, I know part of you guys are here because I'm easy on the eyes. I get it. It's okay.
They're all here for it, Matt.
That's why I said yes to being a host. 6. Shout out to 6. He actually won an account and says that's exactly what he's on his way to do.
Let's
to get
go.
that payout. Free money. Also, Joker 13, well on the way. He's actually up 1.5K on his 50K growth account that he won. I know that. So
Wow.
Congrats. That's good work. JWFX, Miriam, he's asking you, won the 150K YouTube giveaway. If he gets to the payout, can he come on stream? You decide.
Let's do it. Yeah. I mean, why not?
Well,
At
give
this
him a
point-
dollar amount though. Let's give him a dollar amount on the payout. It can't just be a minimum payout.
No, it has to be max payout of $3,000.
Yes, I agree. Take the $3,000 payout. Jamie, thank you. I put a lot of hard work in this tiny head. So
Don't inflate his ego too much.
Yeah, it's not good. It's definitely not good. I think we're closing in on 300. There we go. And yeah, as you're used to now, we're gonna have the Mario Kart countdown, and then we raise the marbles. So Drew, whenever you're ready, let him run.
And they're off.
And they're off. Got David in the lead right now, academically. Leah was in the lead really quickly. Then Dave D again. Dom John. Disciplined Freedom. I like that name. Derek P in the lead. Oh, we're inside a flamingo belly. Ash Ra. Cardoso. It's so confusing. Every single time you look at this, it's changing so quick.
I've never had vertigo, but I'm getting it watching a lot of these streams.
TJ Fry in the lead. Is he gonna make it to the finish line first? Looks like it. Looks like it. Do we have a winner here? Do we have a winner here? We do. Congratulations, TJ Fry. You won the 50K straight to funded account. Make sure to type something in the chat really quick. Oh, he already did.
Nice.
Man,
nice.
Right
you guys
on.
are quick with it today.
I love that.
Also, make sure to type to add your email address into your YouTube channel description so we can actually reach out to you and send you the free code. But congrats, TJ Fry. We have some more 50K straight to funded accounts giveaway today. So stay tuned, guys. Stay on, and we're gonna see some more winners.
Let's go. Yeah, we love how on it you guys are. The last thing we want to see is someone win and then not claim the prize. Like we've seen it happen.
And then we ended up giving away 2 prizes because I told somebody else they're gonna get the prize now, but then the other person typed in right on time, and then that was an emotional roller coaster for sure.
Yeah, we don't want that. Well, and markets are really not doing much right now. ES is definitely the weaker one. That's what I will say.
Yeah.
So if you took shorts on ES, you probably got a good move. But Nasdaq is really trying to go for it. I think that's why we're seeing these wicks on Nasdaq, because ES is just struggling.
Nasdaq is trying to hold up here, but it's struggling, to say the least.
Yeah.
We're sitting right at the midpoint, like a little bit above midpoint of the 50-minute opening range. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to trade anything unless we're right at the edge of the range or breaking out. How about you, Miriam? Well, you're done for the day anyways, right?
Yeah. My Alexa letting me know that someone's at my front door, who is at my front door at 7 in the morning? I don't know.
Probably the delivery driver with some matcha.
Oh, maybe. I do need to order more, that's for sure.
See?
Yikes.
Oh, there it goes.
Eesh. All right, well, there's that. Now we're in the demand zone for ES. See how NASDAQ, still holding that trend line on the NASDAQ though. Not sure if that was a Powell statement that happened here.
Could be, could very well be. We're still holding up VWAP though on NASDAQ. And we're sitting right at VWAP right now.
Yeah, right at VWAP, and we're holding the trend line.
Yeah. Also, guys, in case you wondered, that green box that you see on my screen, that is the 50-minute opening range. So
nice.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think a break of this trend line would be a really nice play.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what that was. I don't know if you see anything, Matt, on your end.
I don't. It's garbage. It's garbage. Let's call this what it is. This is just shitty price action, and that's all right. I mean, there are days like today, right? Mama said there'd be days like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, another Trump tweet talking about the big beautiful bill.
Okay, maybe
he's telling the Senate to lock themselves in a room until they get it done. No one goes on vacation until it's done. All caps.
Is what he said?
Yeah, the Trump tweet on it.
Gotta love those Trump tweets.
Yeah, it's funny.
It says, now that we have made peace abroad, we must finish the job here at home.
Well, I'm not sure if everybody is notified of that piece, but
This is like from Office Space. Did you get the memo?
they're like still bombing
That's
each
one of my
other.
all-time favorite movies. I love that movie.
That is a great
Infinitely
movie.
quotable.
Yeah, this is I hope no one's getting chopped up in this. This is not fun.
Yeah.
Well, they would have been chopped out by now already, I think.
So hope everyone and my fellow Midwesterners and East Coast people are staying cool today. We're in the middle of kind of an unprecedented heat wave. It's already 84 degrees here in the St. Louis area. We did get up to, I think, 109 on the heat index yesterday.
Yikes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
109 in that humidity.
Yeah. Oh God, it's as we say here, it's the air you can wear.
Yeah. Yeah, that is not fun.
I wonder what my temperature is right now in Switzerland, like in Fahrenheit, because it's already pretty warm.
Mhm.
It's 86 in Fahrenheit. Is that
Okay,
warm?
that's
you
pretty
guys?
warm.
That is warm. That is very warm.
And you said ACs are not very common there.
It is the worst thing about Switzerland and Europe in general. It's like a lot of houses don't have ACs. And the thing is, I live in one of the very few high-rise buildings that we have in Switzerland. Like Switzerland has literally, you can count them in two hands. That's pretty much it for the entire country. However, very modern building, like super nice, everything very nicely done. However, no AC. I'm like, what the hell? Especially because it is like, well, I have no idea what that is in feet, but it's like a 3.5 meter high ceiling. So it's like high ceiling apartment, and it's glass, everything glass, right? So we do not have walls. It's all glass. And my apartment faces the sun the entire day, literally from sunrise to sunset, the entire day, sun inside the apartment, which is obviously very nice. Like, not complaining about that. The views are amazing. The apartment is so great, but it gets hot. So I do have a mobile AC here that it's currently cooling down to 21 Celsius, trying to, but no chance. So it's still super hot. That's why I have so many white tees, because I'm getting sweaty in here.
Now we really know.
Yeah. The truth comes out.
So are you saying in the wintertime you have all black tees?
No, white. It's gonna be white. Well, that's Sans world. That's pretty much it. I live in a greenhouse. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's always usually the same temperature here in Southern California, but yeah, it's been I feel like the seasons have been slacking a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of don't have 4 seasons anymore.
Yeah.
We really don't, especially not in LA.
LA.
LA. Oh man.
Lord.
Knowledge seeker. I live in Switzerland. Lucerne, Switzerland.
Yeah, boy, this is just, man. Do something. Nick, I know you got J Powell's number, man. Can you text him or something and like just tell him tell him to just yell out rates are going to 0 and start cursing everybody out, and
I'll call him really quick.
Yeah.
1 sec. I'll just mute myself.
Yeah.
Tell him to use the N-word, which apparently is nuclear.
Yeah.
That is just so unhinged to me.
Okay,
yeah.
Nick's not. Oh, it looks like Nick's arguing with him right now. Oh, that's very disappointing.
You want it to go up? Okay. I thought you would want it to go down.
Yeah, guys. He said I should shut up.
He said, "How did you get my number?"
Yeah.
Let me hand this off to the Secret Service.
He's like, wait a minute. Who are you? Oh man. Well, with that price action, that's how Tradeify TV, what Tradeify TV turns into, guys.
Oh man, but you know what? Let's get this out of the way today. When we add an extra hour tomorrow, I want some price action. So
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know what tweet I'm talking about, please go on Twitter right now on X and find that tweet by Trump, because it actually happened on the stream yesterday.
Yeah,
Like
I read
right
it
towards
out.
the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite an unhinged one.
No, I haven't seen any news from China. Wanzhou,
China.
China. But yeah, no,
Oh,
I just my news feed and I get a question box feed. So if there's something major, I will. Do we have like a
there we are.
hey?
Let's go.
Good
So,
morning, Tradeify Nation. Oh wait, we did that already.
We already did that.
We did that.
Well,
the good news is,
looks
guys,
like
nothing.
like
We missed
Nick-
nothing.
yeah. Well, Nick, it's Nick's fault. It's Nick's
Yeah,
fault.
it is.
because
It is.
just
Yeah,
have to
sorry,
call
guys.
Jay Powell and complain that the market's
to
not doing
try.
anything.
I had to try, man. But I told you, he told me to shut up, so it was
Yeah,
expected.
well, he made you shut up. He killed the stream.
He's like, yeah, you're not doing anything, okay?
Yeah. Oh man. But hey,
Well-
you know what? We're gonna do an extra 50K straight to fund giveaway for the trouble. Sorry guys. So we're gonna do 3 more. Should we do one right now?
Why not? Let's just
Yeah,
kick it off.
as an apology. Let's do a marble race here really quick.
I think James may have a point in the chat there. I'm just saying,
What is he saying?
when you're coming for the top spot, they're gonna try and drag you down.
Oh
That's
oh yeah, it's the
I
crab in a
see.
bucket analogy. Crab in a bucket analogy. That's for sure. All right, we're going to do another marbles race for a 50K straight to funded account as a little apology here for the trouble. I'm going to drop the keyword shortly here once confirmed. Until then, Matt, why don't you tell a dad joke here?
You can't
They
just tell dad
come
jokes.
without notice.
What? Yeah, they've got to
put you on
flow
the
into
spot.
the conversation. For the maximum what I call groan effect, like we're oh god, that's so bad. Like they need to be like spur of the moment. You can't put
That
me on
was
the
already
spot.
the dad joke. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we got the keyword, guys. Very simple as usual. Like the stream, be subscribed to the channel. The keyword, only type it once, not twice, not 3 times. The keyword is internet lag. 2 words, internet space lag. Let's get it.
Here's the skid, I guess.
There
We
they
love to
go.
see the random comments within the giveaway comments.
Yeah.
Don't break the stream.
Guys, with our little reset there, do make sure you are live on the stream. The little red dot next to the live in the bottom left-hand corner of your YouTube pane.
Yep.
What a hard rejection of this 22,300 level, guys. This has been basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 out of 10 candles on the 5-minute have just said, screw you and your 22,300, right? Or sort of the 320 area, that at +1 standard deviation, guys. We talked yesterday how like the market said, fuck you and your VWAP, right? And today we're really being kind of caught in that channel between VWAP and +1 standard deviation.
Yeah, this is not the price action. Very, very wiki.
Unless you want to trade the 50-minute opening range, short at the top, long at the bottom.
Yeah, we are pretty much stuck in the range.
No financial advice.
Yeah, whoever's still holding, if you guys got a good entry, that's another thing. Like you would have had to get that bottom if you went long, like really close to VWAP or even the trend line, to really even stomach staying in this. But at some point, you just gotta. At some point, you just have to set your stop and walk away, because we just keep getting these another rejection, selling pressure coming in really hot here.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. So sometimes your mental capital is worth way more than trying to just make money.
Yep.
These are those days. I think someone said it earlier, like we could really just be ranging, and seeming that way so far.
Well, we got a lot of wait and see moments today, right? Like wait and see what Powell's going to say. Wait and see. The majority of the Fed speakers haven't even talked yet. They're going to be speaking in the next 2 or 3 hours. Wait and see what happens in the Middle East. Wait and see what happens with Congress trying to pass this Trump agenda bill. So there's a lot of wait and sees right now. And I obviously news could break at any moment on any number of things. So the markets appear to just be taking a breath today, right? And so I guess we'll see where we go from here. But yeah, just just shitty price action. There's no other way to say it.
But you know what's not shitty? Marble races. So let's pull it up right now and race for 50K straight to funded account. Oh wow, what is that?
Wow, what is this?
Whenever ready, Drew, let him run.
I feel like I just took a couple pills of LSD.
Why do you know how that feels, Miriam?
I don't. This is what I would think it would feel like.
She's heard. Somebody told her.
Because I'm from LA.
Yeah.
From LA.
He just talked to somebody from LA.
We got Jabbar Powell in the lead. Jay Powell is in the lead. Lab in the lead now. iGamer4TV runner-up here. Lab still in the lead. Tickle Golems is in the lead.
Yeah, it's the SIGs. Yeah, exactly. This is how you know I don't take hard drugs, because I don't even know the terminology for it.
Oh man. Lex in the lead. Leo Energy. As a person from LA, I feel offended.
Well, it's all in the name too. So, are you a Leo? It's okay. I'm asparagus rising. Apparently, from someone else said that.
Are we in Shrek's colon for this?
Yeah, this. I want to know the death rate on this one, Drew. It doesn't seem very high.
We got a winner, and that winner is Andrew A. Congratulations, man. You just won a 50K straight to funded account. Just make sure to type something in the chat so we see you're there. And also, yeah, there he is. Congrats. And also make sure to add your email into your YouTube channel description so we can reach out to you and send you your free account code. Congrats. We're going to do 2 more today. So don't worry if you haven't won yet. You still got 2 chances.
Nice.
and price did not move at all during that race. So
Yeah, we are unfortunately we didn't get a move during the marble race, which we typically do. But maybe we will on the next one. Yeah, we're really just chopping in this zone here. This opening range zone. I think I even mentioned like this will be a key one to look for during the market open, and you know we've just been in this area. So ES is the one that actually it feels like it wanted to take out a bigger move, but Nasdaq is just holding on to it. I think these are also one of the days, like, you know, at some point we saw that ES was well below its VWAP. Nasdaq was still holding. Days like this where the market is not in sync with each other are also indicative of really just staying completely out, unless you get some like amazing entry, you know, you sniped an entry at the bottom for a long and you just took these quick trades, but not the type of trading action I like.
to be fair though, from the 6 p.m. open yesterday, we're still up 1.1%. So
Yeah.
it's just not during the US market session where this move happened. That's all right.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get the move at 11:30 when we end the stream. That's for sure.
Yeah. It looks like my P&L wasn't updated, but I'm down 576 on the day. I need to update that.
All right, so who's got a story they want to tell?
Well, we could answer some questions from the chat.
A story that's stream appropriate. Let me put a qualifier on that. I think this is a good time to take some questions if people have some questions. We do have a series of guests coming on later this week. As Miriam said, we have Jadon coming on tomorrow. I believe we're working on Coach Tank for Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Do we have somebody on Friday?
I don't know.
Background Nikki. Lil Nikki. Please respond.
When is the next giveaway? Later in this stream, so stay tuned. Oh, that's an interesting one. How much was your first payout?
My
Who wants to go first?
My first payout, I had 4 accounts. So I took a $18,000 payout on that first one.
Sweet. Nice. Matt, what about you?
Well, most of I have been trading with a brokerage account since I started my trading futures. I hadn't gotten the prop firm still a couple years ago. I've had a few accounts where I test strategies. I think I've gotten a total of $3 or $4 grand in payouts, so it's nothing hugely significant over the years. But I have always used prop accounts just to test out new strategies, because I find it's, you know, I do them on paper and do back testing and doing all that. But in terms of, I always say, there's a difference when you're trading with no consequences versus trading with consequences, because that's sort of replaced the sim versus live. Because if you're trading an eval and you blow it, it's sim money in the account, but you've lost the entry fee for the eval. So it is still consequences. You lost money. And I found I don't have the same edge anymore just trading sim, because I've done it so much over the years. So it's better off for me to spend $50, $100 on an eval and test out a strategy, and then I'll know it works or it doesn't. 9 times out of 10, if it works, I mean, if there's a fee to take the account live, maybe I'll pay it, maybe I won't, or maybe at that point I just want to put it into my brokerage. But I've not spent very much money on evals over the years in terms of payout. But I will say the first payout I took out of my live brokerage account was several years ago, and it was $5,000. So I guess that counts.
That is awesome.
I'm actually looking up the exact amount right now.
You had an interesting journey.
I got it. My first one was 54,585.
Hey,
Nice.
Ding, ding, ding.
But that is from that story. That's exactly from that story. I made 200K in 60 days, then got that 54K payout and blew the accounts the next day. So it was still a win, but
You still got a payout. That's a chunk of change.
payout. But anyways, it wasn't my best game, I guess.
Do you feel like that moment has scarred you in your trading career?
Oh, 100%. 100%. But in
Would
a
you say
positive
that was
way.
your hardest? Sorry, go ahead.
In a positive way, because since then I don't do stupid shit anymore.
At least not in trading.
Yeah.
Was it the hardest moment in my trading career? Probably one of the hardest. It's funny, I actually recorded a quick short content piece today where I told the story. And fun fact, when I was on track to blow the account, so like literally one day after payout, I was just button clicking, literally buy, sell, adding to positions, doing stupid shit, no stop loss, nothing. Completely mindless, right? I wasn't thinking anything. However, I caught myself when I still had $800 of drawdown. And I caught myself and I shut my computer and I went outside with my girlfriend and we played some ping pong. And I told her about it. And she said like, hey, I'm super proud of you. Obviously that was a shit day, but you made the right choice and shut your computer. We come back in from ping pong. I open my computer and I blow the remaining 800.
Nice.
That's how bad it was.
She's like, I'm so proud of you. You did so well. And you're like, boom, gone.
I'm like, yeah, take that.
So did you walk back to the other room? You're like, yeah, about that.
Like, I'll show you proud.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it gets the best of us. That's the thing. It's, you know, with trading, it's there's so much discipline involved in it, and like not seeing a move happen and being like, oh my gosh, I need to get in this, and just like feeling the itch, like, you know, that Dave Chappelle gif where he's just like, I got any more of those trades? But it's rough. It's hard. It's definitely a hard industry to be in.
You know, one theme that I've noticed, guys, and I've talked a little bit about this on the show, but obviously I think we have a little time to do a little deeper dive on it. And I know, Miriam, you've both in your journey, and I know you've worked with other traders. Nick, I know you have as well, as have I. And I want to be careful kind of how I phrase this because I don't want to discourage anybody. But in general, and you guys can, I'll speak just a minute on this, and then I'll get your guys' opinion. But in general, the traders who have the most success over longer periods of time are ones who, for lack of a better phrase, generally have their shit together, right? Like I'll take the three of us as an example. And this isn't to say you have to have everything has to be perfect in your life or stable. And all three of us, I haven't asked this question to Nick and Miriam, but I'm pretty sure they would agree with me. Our lives are probably pretty good, but not perfect. Nothing's perfect, right? But like you're looking at three people who have been, you know, trading now at least 5 or 6 years, three people in long-term stable relationships, three people that you know, for the most part, we have our shit together. That doesn't mean the basement doesn't flood from time to time, or there's not little things that need to be dealt with. And I can't tell you what peace of mind that is, that like, I don't feel like, I mean, I want to be very successful in trading. I want to make a ton of money every single day, but I don't sit down feeling like I need to. There's not that level of desperation. And trading is not, nor should it ever be, an escape from other things going on in your life, right? If maybe you're just in a not stable living situation, or you're dealing with some other stuff, whether it's of your making or it's just shit happens, right? If you have major things that need to be dealt with in your life, guys, I can tell you this: your odds of being successful in trading are dramatically lower until you handle whatever that is that needs to be handled. Yeah. I can't tell you how many traders, from institutions down to individuals, maybe they're going through bad stuff, divorce, or maybe your kid is dealing with or anybody in your family dealing with a major illness. You're probably not going to be at your best when you sit down to trade. That doesn't mean you don't. Your situation is unique, and that's one of the reasons we talk on this show about understanding yourself as a trader, your mental strengths and weaknesses. But at the same time, guys, if there's those things in your life, maybe you need to get settled that you've been putting off, I highly encourage you to do that, because when you sit down, we all have baggage we're bringing to our trading. Some of it is good, some of it is bad. But especially the less bad baggage that you're dealing with when you sit down at your computer in the morning, the more, the less you're going to have to do your mental gymnastics to get into and out of trade. So, and again, this isn't one of those things like, well, you got to have everything under control before you trade. No, but honestly, guys, if you've gotten, if you're going through a job career transition, or again, you have any sort of drama within your personal life or family, if it's something that maybe you've been putting off dealing with, deal with it, because that's just a little bit less baggage that you're going to bring to trading. I don't know if that quite makes sense, but I don't know if you guys agree to that or not.
Oh my God, 100%. Yeah. I mean, and it can be anything. It doesn't have to be anything like negative going on in your life. I mean, I always say this, like, I don't trade when I'm emotionally charged, and that can be anything good. It can be anything on that's, bad stress for me, right? It could be as simple as, you're moving, or you got a new other job, or, you are entertaining a new relationship, right? Like, it could be something good, but that you're so preoccupied with. And trading requires a lot of your focus, especially if you're the type of trader that trades on intraday charts, right? You're not necessarily a swing trader where you're in a trade for multiple days and multiple weeks, but it requires such a high level of attention. And it also, you're going to have days where you're down. Like I say this all the time. This is an unconventional field where you have to put up money in order to make money. And a lot of times, or, sometimes a lot of those days will be that you're not making money, especially as a new trader. And so that's something that I always say too, if you are the type of person that, you're considering, for example, like going full time with trading, definitely consider that you should have some sort of cushion, or but at the very least have some sort of like side income that you can also rely on, because there will be times, there can be seasons where you're struggling, and it's nothing that you're maybe doing wrong. It's that you're sticking to your plan. Everything's fine, but you're just not getting the right either luck or setups with trading. So always consider that if you're planning on going full time. I mean, a lot of traders I even know that trade full time also have other sides of income, or at least like a support group to help them, in case they fall back a couple months or they need that. But definitely, make sure that you understand what your situation is before, putting yourself in debt. And this is a very risky field, but if done well and done correctly, yeah, you can be very successful in this.
I would also say to set a monthly budget on what you're going to spend on evals, activation fees, anything prop firm related. Obviously Tradeify is very, very competitive evals and activation fees, or you can get a straight to fund and not have to worry about recurring bills or fees or anything like that. But I highly encourage you to have a budget for that per month and stick to it. And once you get through the 6th month of your trading, I'm not saying you're not going to have everything figured out at that point. Let me be very clear on that. But if after 6 months you haven't at least taken out a payout equal to what you spent up to that point, so maybe you spent $3,000 in evals and activation fees, resets, whatever, and at the end of 6 months you have not taken at least a $3,000 payout, it's time to step back and reassess. Maybe that's a day, maybe that's a week, maybe that's a month. Okay. So that's a guideline I've always used as I've worked with prop traders and coach prop traders over the last 2 or 3 years, is that 6 month mark really needs to be where you're doing some serious evaluating, right? And deciding what kind of trader you are, if trading is for you, all of that kind of stuff. And I believe a lot of people can be successful in this business. I'm not going to say everybody, but I will say most people who could be successful in this business quit too early. You've heard 90% of traders, whatever. And the numbers are high. Are they that high? Maybe they're that high. Maybe they're higher. I don't know. But I can tell you that I can't tell you how many people I've talked to over the years that I think would be very successful traders. They just gave up too soon. I've said it many times. I'll say it again. You've got to be just the right amount of stubborn in this business. And what I mean by that is you have to be stubborn enough not to quit. But you can't be so stubborn you're not willing to make changes. Guys, you fail your first 2, 3, 4, 5 evals, I say welcome to trading. Adjust your position size and move on. If you fail 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, etc., and you're still doing the same thing, that's literally the definition of insanity. And I know that word gets way overused, but that literally is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result. So you have to make changes. Maybe they're small changes, maybe they're large changes, whatever. I saw somebody in the chat earlier and I meant to respond to this. I did. Yes, we are giving you, we're not shying away from telling you how difficult that is. Maybe that costs us a few viewers here or there. I don't care. We want each and every one of you to be successful, which is why we say these things, right? And also, guys, don't get drug into the false sense of success everybody's having on social media. I know it kind of goes without saying that, this is newsflash, guys. not everyone on social media is being honest. Oh my goodness, right? And like, there's nothing worse than I hate than like, you know, I've seen a number of, and I'm not going to name names, and this isn't anybody in specific, and it's nobody we've had on the show or anything like that, but like traders sniping at each other on social media. Maybe they've both been successful. I got a $30,000 payout. Well, I got 35. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
That doesn't put money in your account, right? So just stay above the fray, ignore all that bullshit, and just worry about you. Celebrate your first $500 payout or $1,000 payout or whatever it is. And if you haven't gotten there yet, you need to sit down and make a plan for how you're going to do that. You need a business plan. You need a budget. You need an executive summary of your strategies and how you're going to get where you. And if you've never done this, guys, you're really pissing money away. Sit down. Your trading is a business. You are the CEO of your trading business, which means you need to sit down and do a business plan. You need to have a budget. You need to have just plans for everything. I don't know if they still do, because I know Trump has taken a lot off the various government websites. The Small Business Administration used to have a very good business plan template on their website. You can probably just Google business plan template and come up with something. It's not the same as opening a restaurant or, you know, another. So you don't need all the little ins and outs, but you should have a SWOT analysis, which strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. You should have a business plan. And honestly, if you're married, if you have a significant other in your life, or your parents, your kids, or whoever, sit down and present it to them and make it sound like it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense to them, it's not going to make sense to you, and you're probably not going to be successful. So, in the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I got to say about that.
Nick, it looks like you're kind of setting yourself up to potentially take a trade here.
Yeah, if we have follow through on this and break that bull flag, I would be in.
Nice.
But for now, I need to wait. I would take a manual entry on this though, because with bull flags, it's a bit stupid, because you can explain the setup, you can explain how it works, but there's also a little bit of intuition with it, because it really depends how it breaks that bull flag. You know, is it a powerful break like it starts to look like right now, or is it just something that wicks a little bit above that bull flag? So let's see. That's what I mean by wicking, but that's what I mean. It's like not really sure. So I need to see a little bit of a push, and then I'm gonna enter this.
I see Wiz saying I give him PTSD with the SWOT analysis. I'm assuming you also went to business school at one point with it.
You see, Miriam, that's why I didn't enter yet, right?
Yeah.
Because it did go outside of that bull flag break line, but not the way I would want it to go. So that's why I didn't enter yet. Maybe I still get an entry after that, but
Yeah, it looks like we're trying really hard to hold this opening range.
Yeah,
A
now
lot
it's
of selling
invalidated.
pressure coming in here now.
That's invalidated.
Yuck, guys. This price action is ugh. We do not like this. This is not clean. This is not fun. Yeah, I
bueno.
mean it's yeah, I there's so much that you said, Matt, that I absolutely agree with, and I kind of just want to go back to that, because there was someone in the comments or in the chat that had mentioned something about trading on a sim. Absolutely, as a new trader, you should start with that. If you do not know, if you don't have a strategy, if you haven't back tested anything yet, definitely start on a sim. Now that I will agree with something that the person said in the same breath, was that, you know, it doesn't show you the actual emotions in trading, and it won't, because it's not your real money, right? And at the end of the day, like, until you trade your real money, it's not going to feel like it's not going to feel real. And so your emotions are definitely going to play a role in your trading, and that's the one thing that you have to get under control. You can become a great technical analyst very quickly. It's not the trading aspect of it, and the technical charting is not the hard part. That's the easy part. That's the simple part. The trading, the real breadth of it is like the psychology, and a lot of that you're not going to get from sim trading. So once you get the system down, once you get the process down in your simulated trades, that's when you want to now move into using real money, whether it's your own money, a couple $100. That's the beauty behind trading too, especially with futures. You don't need a lot of money to start with. And that has been a recent change in the futures market. Before, you used to have to have like $25,000 to trade futures. Now, you have prop firm spaces like Tradeify. You have accounts that you can use with Tradeivate, NinjaTrader, that you're able to open these accounts with less than $200, $500, and you can now trade with that money. So once you build the system, that's what you really have to stick to in order to become a profitable trader. Because if you can just stick to that process and build a system around it, then you're good. It's at that point, it's mostly just your psychology.
Yeah, it is. And we've talked about how amazing it is that a place like Tradeify exists now, because the barrier to entry is next to nothing for traders, right? Like, I remember when I got my futures account, I think there were a couple of kind of prop firms in their infancy at that point, but I hadn't heard of them, right? And so, I remember I basically, you can go two ways with it. You need a platform, you need a data feed, and you need a brokerage firm, and they all need to play nice with each other. And you have to go out and do everything separately. I had to go find a brokerage, right? And put the money in there. Then I had, okay, what fees or plays, okay, Rhythmic, I need my Rhythmic feed. And then I have to go find a platform that plays nice with that and evaluate, okay, which one has the tools that I like, right? And the paperwork and everything I think it was 5 days start to finish just to even get the paperwork in, get the wire transfer started on the money to go into the account. And now, guys, I remember when we first started, we ran a big discount on I believe the growth accounts. The barrier entry was literally $30. For $30, you get any number of free access to a platform like Tradeivate. You get a data feed, and you get access to, I mean, it's sim capital to trade, but it's an eval, it's a test, right? But you can start executing your strategies, and you can start trading with consequences for $30 at one point, right? And so, and even now, I mean, guys, even still, the most expensive sim to funded account here that is not discounted, you're talking a few $100s. That's still a ridiculously low barrier to entry. So, but again, that's why I think it's even more important now for traders to have a business plan and understand what they're getting themselves into, because there's not that 25, 30. I think I put 35,000 in my initial futures account all those years ago. That's, you can shoot, just pass a couple of evals, and you're going to have access to that equivalent of capital to trade eventually for payouts, et cetera, et cetera. So, just because the barrier of entry is next to nothing, guys, doesn't mean you don't need to have a very, very strict plan as to how you're going to be successful.
Definitely. Yeah. Also, I think it's time for another marble race. We're going to do another 50K straight to funded account marble race. So how do we do this today or this time? Well, let's do it the same way as always. Just like the stream, make sure you like the stream, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And then once we drop the keyword, we are going to have you type it only once in the chat, not twice, not 3 times, because you are going to get disqualified. Now, in the fashion of today's market, the keyword is going to be shitty PA, shitty space PA, 2 words. All right. Good luck.
Nick's the one who comes up with these keywords for the most part.
Don't lie.
Oh man, shitty paw.
Shitty paw, yeah.
I love the amount of people that don't want to type that in.
Yeah, we only have 2 people. Four people.
No one wants a giveaway. That's fine.
Yeah, nobody wants a 50K straight to funded account. All right.
Right.
Oh, hey, if they don't want to vibe with it, that's fine. That's fewer entries. It's a bigger chance for people to win.
More chances for people to win. Yeah.
Just say it. Say it with your chest.
What did I say that? What I said? This is Tradeify TV. We swear with our whole chest here.
Yes.
Oh.
Someone said, being from Pennsylvania, I do not approve.
Has nothing to do with Pennsylvania.
That is
obviously.
hilarious.
PA for prize action.
I wish I could pin that. Oh,
man.
that's funny.
Mods
Well,
can't win. Mods can't
know,
win.
we're
We
not-
just like typing in there for fun. Mods
It's
can't
just
win.
fun
Don't
to
worry
say.
about it.
I would be really happy if Wiz wins and then I'm just telling him disqualified.
Yeah.
You know what? Since it's not a lot of people, I'm just going to enter as well, just for the fun of it.
We're never escaping the rigged allegations if you win one, Nick.
Yeah.
The thing is, if I win, I'm going to pick a winner.
Ooh, okay. All right. All right.
Pick the guy from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that poor guy.
All right. Whenever Drew feels like there are enough people in the race, he's going to pull up the marbles. Until then, type shitty PA. Today's giveaway keywords were shitty PA, internet lag.
Market
What else
maker.
we got? Market
They're
maker,
really
yeah.
confused right now.
Hey, we actually got 300. We got 300.
You're making people work for this today.
Yep. All right. Well, whenever ready, Drew, drop him.
Literally drop them.
For this one, yeah. All right, we got soccer in the lead, Sky Area in the lead, Death Trades in the lead. This is switching up fast.
Sound
What else
effects
we
are
got?
right here. It sounds like a lightsaber fight in the background.
Kind of sick. It is kind of sick. Daniel Lund in the lead. Loon? I don't know. EF22 in the lead. That one came out of nowhere. Death Trades
Oh,
again in the
yeah.
lead.
I see Leia on there.
All right. Death Trades. Oh, giving away the lead to Sky Area.
I hate NQ with a passion. You guys with these usernames.
Jaded T. Jaded T. Is he going to win? Let's see. I hate NQ with passion is actually first right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can't win, unfortunately, with that name. Because we love NQ. Wondercat. Wondercat is currently in the lead. The NQ Kid, runner-up. And then right below is the I hate NQ with passion.
There's some deep meaning
Right.
going on in this race
Yeti.
right now.
Yeah.
Wondercat in the lead. I think Wondercat is going to get it. I think Wondercat is going to get it.
Oh,
Is the cat
oh.
going to get it? Oh. We're close. Oh, Jada T in the lead. Now NQ Kid in the lead. Mr. Tia, or is Wondercat going to get it? Let's see. Mr. T.
Oh my gosh, no.
Oh, it is. Wondercat. She did it, or he did it.
Nice.
Congratulations. You won a 50K straight to funded account, Wondercat. Make sure to type something in the chat. And also, make sure to add your email address into your YouTube channel description so we can reach out to you and send you your free account.
A little volume down in the
Nice.
NQ
Wondercat.
here, guys.
Say that again.
It's a little volume down in the NQ here. Now, of course,
Yep.
we're retracing, but we went from 35 to 05 very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, rejecting the opening range here. Still. Yeah, guys, this ain't it.
Oh, Wondercat, is she there?
Yeah, I saw Wondercat.
Really? I
Yeah.
missed it.
He said,
I missed
"Hooray!"
Wondercat sounds
Hooray.
to me like Thundercats. Anyone else watch Thundercats growing up? Thundercats and
Thundercats. I
He-Man.
love Thundercats.
Yeah.
I
What's
did watch that.
Thundercats?
Oh,
Nick,
Thundercats was a
get out.
cartoon show way back in the day.
Okay. Never heard of
Lion-O.
it.
Yeah. I used to love
Never
that show.
heard of it.
Probably all over YouTube.
Yeah. There's a lot of those good shows back in the days. My thing, me and my sister would always watch Sailor Moon. That was our thing.
Oh, okay,
Sailor Moon.
yeah. Yep.
We loved Sailor Moon. It was like, I mean, I still know the theme song to Sailor Moon, and I wish they played new episodes. But
All right, so
Sing
sing
it.
it for us.
one day when we hit 15K subscribers, maybe you'll get a little teaser.
I'll take a note of that. One sec.
I think every time we hit a new 5,000 subscriber thing, so 15, 20, whatever, we spin a wheel. One of the three of us has to sing live on stream to some sort of song chosen by the other two.
Oh, chosen by the other two. Oh wow.
I just can't wait for Halloween.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, Halloween is gonna be great.
Nick in the background is pinning comments over here so we can have receipts.
This was the day I wish we could show our background chat. It's been very entertaining today.
Yeah. Oh man. But the chat here on Tradeify TV, like the YouTube chat, is on fire too. Like we have so many funny people in here. It's crazy. And also, if you're thinking about leaving the stream right now, don't, because we do have one more marble race coming up. So stay on, even though price action is shitty.
So guys, I think it's time. It is a good time to talk about. So we made the announcement yesterday, and I've made a couple of jokes about it today. But starting tomorrow, we are expanding to 4 hours. Now, on days where the price action sucks like this, we'll definitely get into some more deep dives on topics. And obviously, we have Jay Dunn coming tomorrow as well. But boy, I'm excited for this. Boy, I will tell you, I didn't think we'd get there this quickly. We talked in Miami. I was very confident. I think we all were that this would be a success. But to get to where we're at this quickly, it's all on you guys in the chat and those of you that watch, and we encourage everyone to participate in the chat. But we know not everyone's comfortable doing that, but just a big thank you. This has been, Miriam, this has been a fun journey, and it's just the beginning of the beginning still.
Oh yeah, I mean we've barely been on for, I think this is month 1. Mm-hmm. We're going into a full month here, and so we're still fresh, guys. We haven't even been doing this for like the typical quarter calendar, right? Like we're still on our first month, and we love seeing you guys come on here and joining us. And we see all the regulars now, and we love seeing you guys in the comments and all the new folks that come in and ask the questions. You guys are honestly hilarious in the chat. I'll give some of you that. There's some funny ones in the comments. So, definitely love that you guys are continuing to grow with us, and we're just super excited to see how this ends up, what it turns into in the future. And yeah, we're just excited. Maybe one day we'll see Nick in a different color tee.
Yeah. I think at 25K subscribers, you got to wear a black tee one day.
All right, deal. You can
just
ping
the
that
whole
too.
Batman outfit. Why don't we just do that?
Well, that's for Halloween. He's going to be in that regardless.
I got the chair ready here, so
we don't need to hit any benchmarks for him to put on the cowl. He'll do that at some point. You have one somewhere, don't you?
Well, that's a mystery. I don't know.
And that's a yes. I do want to say a Wawa up there, so we get some tidbits on the supposed update on the Tradeify site. I will encourage you to go back a couple of weeks to when we had Gandalf on, Vinny, the COO here at Tradeify. He did a really good job. He wasn't talking necessarily dates, times, and all that, but he sort of outlined what the next couple of months are going to be like here at Tradeify. So I encourage you to go back and watch that. He talks about some of the things that they're working on behind the scenes. So rather than us try to relay that to you, I just encourage you to go back and hear it from the man himself. So between Vinny and Brett, you've got an outstanding leadership team here, and so we're really looking forward to being a small part of the continued growth of Tradeify.
100%. Also, Matt, your chart is leaving the screen. We're starting to move up.
It's there. It's all good.
Yeah, we're there.
This feels like a false breakout, though. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, that's the reason why, because it had a ceiling on top of it, because you didn't move the chart in time.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
now, am I confident enough in that to put something down on it? No, I'm not, because again, with Powell testifying and everything else that's going on, we haven't had any movement, so I haven't really checked the news feed. Not a whole lot.
Well, we did tap that 350 area that I was initially targeting on that long. Mm-hmm. Took some. That
would have been a long trade for you.
I would have gotten stopped out of that way long ago. So, yeah, this is one of those where, yes, we came to this price point, but at what cost? Like I would have been easily in like a 70-point drawdown for that move to happen, but. Yeah, I think at this point, testing this opening range at minimum, this 336 area, we could potentially continue to the upside here. But I really just don't have too much conviction on today, guys. This is one of those days where I'm just like, it could do it and it can run. We do have some room. That's the thing. We have room to the upside. We are that 350 area also came from you know, this zone right here that we hit at around 2:50 in the morning for me. You know, we hit it in the overnight session, but this is going to be that area we need to sustain above. We need to find acceptance above this 250 in order to then reach the next target at about 280, 283. But then we have this supply zone. We have this supply zone sitting at 390. So is it one of those days that, you know, we could absolutely do that? Yeah, for sure. But I think, like I said, there's certain days where the mental fortitude, the mental capital is so much more important than trying to sit here and put on a trade. And that's something that I know I've seen some people in here trying to say like, oh, take a trade. And it's like, some days there's just no trade to take, right?
Mhm.
And I attempted to take two trades today, just not the price action, very wiki price action. So it could come, this is one of those days where it just takes your stops and goes. And unfortunately, I was on the receiving side of both the shorts and the longs for that. But again, it's just, you have to look at it as, it's just not a day. It's not the best day.
I always hesitate to use too many sports analogies because I know not everybody out there is sports people and all this, but I played baseball from the age of 7 through college. And like, to me, I always like the analogy of we wait for our pitch. Right, we wait for that. You know, you get to a point in your baseball career.
Shit, I took a long and got stopped out immediately. Lol.
Damn it, Nick.
Can we please clip that? That was funny as shit.
Oh, that's going to the Tradeify TV Hall of Fame right there.
Oh man, that was a 1 second trade.
Wait, no, I'm not.
We're all talking about like certain days that you just don't trade.
Okay, I want you to get in your platform. I want to know to the second how many seconds you were in that trade.
I think it was less than a second. I'm actually glad I entered this with an ATM on, because it stopped me out at 20 points, which is fine. But
Hilarious.
oh man, that was unnecessary.
Wait, did you have an order sitting there?
No, I literally like saw the pop through the bull flag, clicked buy, and it immediately wicked out.
Tough.
Oh, dude. That was a 1 second trade. What the fuck?
This is your
But hey,
entertainment.
That's
So what was your loss on
entertainment
that?
for the day, I guess. Oh man. Yeah, the market saw my 5 micro order and was like, oh shit, that's heavy size.
J-Pow is out to get you.
Yeah,
today,
J-Pow is hurt.
Oh man.
Oh,
That sucks.
my goodness.
Deji says, I'm sorry I probably made you do that. Oh, that's funny.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Skeeter, are you not entertained?
It was a clean setup. I liked the volume, how he pushed through it, but then was there news or something? Because it was a 40-point candle out of nowhere.
That was J-Pow, duh.
Ding. Oh man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jesus.
I just wanted to join Miriam on the red team so she doesn't get up
Yeah,
on the day.
clearly.
I had something I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna say now, so it doesn't matter. You knocked me right out of my game there.
We need to clip that for sure. That's great.
Oh, dude.
Well,
Even had 5-point slippage too.
so you got stopped out of 5 points?
What? What's that?
You got
No. I had 5 points of slippage. I had my stop loss at 20 points, and I got stopped out for 25.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was definitely Jay Powell doing that. Like, there's
he's
no
out
other
to
way.
get you. He is out to get you.
Like, if you look at all the previous candles, like they're all more or less normal, and then there's the one I entered. That was the Jay Powell candle.
Love it.
But anyway,
Guess what?
as I was saying, you wait for your pitch, and you go up there and you hit especially you get late in high school and pitchers all of a sudden go from throwing 70 miles an hour to 90 miles an hour. You come to that realization you can't just go up there and decide when the ball's on the way, whether you're going to swing or not. You got to play the mental game with the pitcher. What's his strengths? What's his weaknesses? All right, he's ahead in the count. He's behind the count. What's he going to throw? But right now, guys, the market's throwing lazy curveballs in the dirt, right? You can't hit them, so don't swing at them. You know, you just got to sit back, and there's some pitchers that just throw a bunch of junk balls, and there's not a whole lot you can do. Hopefully you can work a few walks and take a couple of small wins and go from there. But then you get a guy who every now and then is going to put that 82, 83 mile an hour changeup right down the middle of the plate, and you can take a good healthy cut at it. But you know, wait for your pitch, guys. There's always going to be another trade. I told you guys before. As a reform chaser and a little bit of an overtrader, for 6 years until it fell off on my old little bank of monitors that I had a little post-it note that said, there will always be another trade. And I put it on my monitor. And every time I was tempted, it made me say, okay, is this really a setup? And if it is, okay, take the trade. But if I'm just bored or if I'm just looking for something, now we need to remove myself from the situation, whether that's take the chart off my screen for a couple minutes, get up and walk around, et cetera, et cetera. So you got to wait for your pitches, guys. The market, we don't control the markets, but as Mark Douglas says, the flip side of this, the markets don't control us. There is nothing that demands we be in a trade at any given moment. So, exercise your discretion to make the trades that only correlate to your trading plan.
I mean, I just went through the chat and I found out Warren Buffett told me I should not have made the call to Jay Powell. So
the Oracle of Omaha.
If Warren says it, I agree. Like I'm gonna send Jerome an apology text really quick. So don't mind me doing my thing here.
Oh, that's awesome. I love Stivo's comment. Imagine 1 more hour with them crazy people.
Yeah,
we're here for it. Get ready. You think this is crazy?
So just to defend my my trade here from before, that is the move I'm looking for right now. That's happening. I was expecting a slow move, not a double wiki wonker, whatever that's called. Ah, dang it. But we're still going to have one more giveaway. We're still going to give away one more 50K straight to funded account. Can we actually set a target for that? Vanessa, what I wrote as an apology, I just wrote apologies. 685 likes. Let's get it to 720. 720. And then we're going to do another marbles race. So make sure you like that stream really quick.
I will say this has been boring price action. It has not been a boring show today.
That's for sure. So many clippable moments.
Oh man. Also, guys, if you have questions, feel free to ask them. We still got some time. Oh man, this move is literally playing out. Oh, double pain, triple pain.
Okay. I got double pain today as well.
Yeah, true. True. Well, it is what it is. So we got the keyword set up. Let's just check the likes really quick. We're currently sitting at 700. We just need 20 more, guys.
100.
Well, you see here, why you never win? You got to practice. You got to become better at marble racing. It's not my fault that you miss your training.
Well, I'll tell you, PMP, if any meet and greet in the future, obviously Miami works for some of our leadership team. I'll push definitely for Chicago, especially in the summer. But I will tell you this, guys. If we keep showing up, keep giving us our views, our numbers, our likes, our comments, keep participating, keep telling people about this show. I have a feeling if we once we start getting 20, 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers, and we will get there, do not doubt that, that we can probably convince Brett to bankroll a trip somewhere and meet as many of you guys as possible. we'll try to give as much advance notification as we can, so everyone can make arrangements. I think they just picked New York because it's very, it's obviously a lot of people within the metro area there, so hopefully can see some people there. And if you're in the New York area, highly encourage you to go to that. But yes, I think we'll definitely, the three of us will definitely be at the next one. And hopefully we'll do maybe we'll do a Tradeify TV episode live with an audience. That would be a lot of fun, I think.
That would be wild.
That would be a blast.
We got to get some crazy, hopefully some barcode action on that. Apparently will be happening too.
We're like sitting in a room for 4 hours with all these people, and it's just nothing is happening except for how Tanner Mackin called it Wiki Wonka and the Stop Run Factory.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That comment gets a star too. We've got 2 comments of the day today. So
yeah.
Oh man. And I'm still for a meetup in Switzerland, actually. A Swiss mountain meetup. That would be sick.
Go hiking in the Alps.
Yeah, or snowboarding.
I snowboard. I'll take that. I'll take that off.
I know.
I'll just sit at the bottom of the mountain. I'll just sit at the bottom of the mountain and drink, and you guys do whatever you want.
Well, you can sit on the top of the
cabin with a
beer. Oh man, guys, we need 10 more likes. Come on, smash that like button really quick. We get to 720, and then we do the last marble race of the day for another 50K straight to funded account. We need 9 more.
But see, I know I got background Nick and Drew on my side to get a meetup in Chicago. So
can we do it when the little river is green?
That's St. Patty's Day. I suppose we could.
Is it only on one day that happens?
Only one day. Yeah, it's only St. Patty. Well, it's not just one day. It lasts for a couple of days. But yeah, that's when they do that for St. Patty's Day.
Well, how do they dye that?
I don't remember exactly. It's like an environmentally safe, like plant-based dye. But yeah, they just dump it in there and it stays in the river for a couple of days.
It's just a bunch of matcha.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, they take everyone from the suburbs. They collect everyone's lawn clippings and just dump them in there.
Or they just get it from LA. So
they got it from LA. By the way, if you guys missed yesterday when we started doing that, and I imagine it's going to be a thing on this show for a long time, it's off a show because we were talking about people.
You need to drop the link. Just drop the link.
Yeah, just search Letterkenny and LA. And it'll pop right up. It's like a 1.5 minute bit. It's a Canadian sitcom, and they make fun of people from LA just in that one clip. They make fun of tons of people from Canada too. They're equal opportunity, but yeah.
I got you guys.
Yeah.
Well, don't watch that yet because it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. Don't click away.
We're ready. We're ready for the marbles race anyway. So if they click away, it's their fault. Guys, as usual, make sure you liked the stream. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and type the keyword only once, not twice, not 3 times. The keyword is Powell got me in one word, no spaces. Powell got me with that nasty 1107 candle. The first 300 are going to be entered. Powell got me.
Ooh.
Oop, there we go.
We do have a Trump tweet. Both Israel and Iran wanted to stop the war equally. It was my great honor to destroy all nuclear facilities and capability and then stop the war.
Okay, so it is.
Iran just issued a statement about 10 minutes ago that none of their nuclear capabilities were affected by the U.S. attack. So I'm assuming that's in responsive to that. So,
whoopsies.
So either it's all untouched or we destroyed it all. So, like life, I would imagine the truth lies somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Whenever ready, Drew, feel free to pull up the marbles. And then we're going to race for another 50K straight to funded account. Winner gets it.
Powell got me. That sneaky bugger.
You really got me. Like, look at that 1 minute candle at 11:07. What was that?
That was the fuck you in particular, Nick candle.
You know what's funny? 11 is my lucky number and 7 is my girlfriend's lucky number. And the 11:07 candle was the fuck you candle.
So do you guys go get, oh, well, I guess you don't really do that. And do you get Slurpees on 7-Eleven?
We don't have 7-Eleven.
You
but
don't?
I love Slurpees. So
Well, anytime
No,
you come to
there's-
the US, you can just have Panda Express. So
oh yes, please.
But do they
But
have
no,
that in LA?
there's no 7-Eleven in Switzerland. We don't have that.
Dang. I'm sorry.
Well, we still need to get Miriam to the Midwest where there's Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I've never even
I
never
want
even
to
seen
take
one of
it
those.
too. Guys, the problem is I just have my setup again now, but I'm not going to take it
In
anymore.
fact, that's where our live show will be. We will do it in front of the fire. We'll do it in the winter in front of the fireplace at the Cracker Barrel.
Nice. All right, we got the marbles. Yeah, somebody knows in the chat. We got Migro. Migro and Coop is what we have. All right, let's run them. Okay.
I like the theme today. It's been purple.
Mm-hmm. Well, Waffle
I thought
House,
you liked-
TJ, Waffle House is just Southern Cracker Barrel. They're pretty much the same thing in a lot of ways. I did see somebody bring up Buc-ee's. Hell yeah, Buc-ee's.
You guys sound like you have the good stuff.
We do.
It sounds like
I'm
it.
down for some fried chicken.
Oh wait, we have a choker fight here in the chat. Two chokers fighting each other. All right, who's in the lead here? We got EF22, Brielle in the lead. EF22 fighting against Brielle. Rashid. Second, Antonella. Third. So far, EF22 still in the lead. Let's see how this plays out. Colby in the lead. Bull Run in the lead. Ashley P in the lead. DJ Noah in the lead. Oh, Rashid is back. EF22 still there. They're fighting. They're so close. EF22 and Rashid, extremely close.
Dang.
EF22. Mark Sky Stocks. Peroloco in the lead. That's another regular here at Tradeify TV.
Ooh.
RJ, that sounds like a song lyric, like a R&B soul song. Like, just say my name, make me feel better.
Just say my name and make me feel better. I added a little pep to it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I was thinking like slow soul
No,
music, and you took
Save
it to
that
the
for
top.
after dark. After dark.
That's so very LA of
It's
you.
so LA. Dang. All right, we got a winner here.
We got a
Nick,
winner.
are you taking another trade?
No. I was actually replying to TJ Fry because he said my bull flag is playing out. Because it is. And I said I did not take it because I was pissed. And if I'm pissed, I'm not going to take a trade. Just emotional. I was too emotional to take that.
Miriam Abrar won yesterday, I believe.
True.
Wow.
What the hell?
That is wild.
We got a challenger of Jesse James here. Miriam, congrats. Type something in the chat. You're getting another free account.
That's
50K
actually
free
wild.
funded. Yep. Congrats, Miriam. Type something.
Congrats. Look on your
I still believe it's your alias account, Miriam, but you know,
she said
your
hello.
backup account.
That's awesome.
Congrats. You already have your email in the YouTube channel description anyway, so we good.
Wow, what a move in this market right now. This is keep getting these like pops up, but right at this level, at this 370, we see a lot of bookmap sellers. So if you guys are long, congratulations in catching this. I know little Nikki in the background had a nice long setup as well. And, you know, it's just one of those days where you either have very, very long or not so tight stops, but position lightly, or you just, you know, hold on for dear life because it's not really the best day to trade. But we are making this move up. So I think right now, clearing this 375 level will be key. ES is kind of banging into this supply zone. It's not the freshest supply zone, but would like to see how we react in this 135 area.
Yeah.
So
All
that's
right.
it, guys. I hope everyone made some money today. If not, if you stayed on the sidelines, also good for you. And if
Yeah,
you
guys,
took a
it was-
loss, hopefully it was a small loss.
It's just one of those days that, like I said, this happens. And if you're somebody who's able to be around your computer the rest of the day, don't force anything. But we are getting a little expansion now, and so that we're getting a move, then that could lead to either a continuation move or a reversal move. I'm not sure I'm trusting any initial moves out today. I'd like to see a little bit of a retracement and a continuation first, just that little extra confirmation, especially because we've seen just how wicky things are today. But so, guys, obviously, as I said, this is our last show. That's only 3 hours. So starting tomorrow, we go to a 4-hour format, and Jay Dunn is going to help us welcome in that 4-hour format. And then again, I think we're going to have Coach Tank on Thursday. We'll give you confirmation on that tomorrow. Any day that's a Tank day is a good day, and I don't care how shitty the price action is. But guys, I again, like this move was like to tomorrow to expand is not like made without thought and consideration. It's not just, oh, we're success. Like we needed to know we could sustain this. And so we talked about it for a couple weeks now. And this had always been the plan to expand. And we were able to do it because of you guys. And I know we say this every day, guys, but we really are grateful for those of you that have made Tradeify TV part of your day-to-day routine. Because again, we just haven't been on that long. And so for all of you that we see every single day, and even if there's somebody that's not comfortable asking a lot of questions and being in the chat, make sure you say hi at some point, right? And just come in and say hello and ask a question, whatever. And remember, closed mouths don't get fed, and unasked questions don't get answered. So, but ultimately, we appreciate each and every single one of you guys who are here on a day-to-day basis. If you could only join us once or twice a week, we appreciate you just as much. So we'll send it around the horn to say our goodbyes. But again, a reminder, tomorrow, starting tomorrow and going forward, Tradeify TV will come your way from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. each and every day that the markets are open. So, Nick, take us out, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for being here. Matt said it. We say it all the time. We say it every day, but we are really grateful that you're here because we do this show for you, and it would be pretty pointless if you weren't here, right? So we're super happy that you're watching this stream every single day. We're super happy that you're subscribed to the channel, that you have liked this stream, and obviously keep liking the future streams. No, it's really a fun show to do. I enjoy it very much, and I think I will keep doing this for a very, very long time. But as usual, we're going to have our one and only Curly Trader, Matcha Mommy, end the stream for you guys.
Well, Nick, that's just to assume that you're not going to get fired for the 5th time on the show. So just make sure.
Am I still here or am I still here?
No, we love it. We appreciate every single one of you guys. And as always, I'm going to end it off with the same thing I say every single day. Make sure you practice gratitude. Make sure you go tell someone that you love them. Maybe hug a stranger if you're feeling up for it. But always remember that there's more to trading than just making money. Of course, it brings us the freedom, hopefully, that we are looking for and the fulfillment that we are looking for. So make sure you are always practicing gratitude on a daily basis, and go take your hot girl walk, because it's about time for me to do that. So we love you guys. We will see you bright and early tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern. Now, have a great rest of your morning, and go be great. See you guys.
See you guys.